Welcome
to episode 9 of A Bit of Everything podcast that is now called The Gift of G.A.B.
I know you're wondering why.
And I'll tell you. A Bit of Everything was just sort of thought up on a whim. It's been taken by actually a lot of different podcasts, and none of them are that cool, but we just figured might as well forge our own path. So we went with the Gift of G.A.B. because our initials, George, Ashton, Ben, are an acronym for the word G.A.B. And it's also like a phrase that means like chatting it up.
Yeah, just talking.
Shooting the breeze, and that's what we are all about. So boom. And today we have James Mullin.
Hello.
Friend of the show.
Yes.
We don't really have people on who aren't friends of the show, right?
No, we we have yet to ask someone on the podcast that is not a friend of the show. But so he's just a...
Do you plan to?
Maybe.
At some point.
We were talking about that earlier because
we should just do like a cold call session of just
calling random numbers in the 805
Yeah.
area and just seeing what's up.
Have you heard about the gift of G.A.B.?
Yeah. Thoughts on the Gift of G.A.B.?
Yeah. We could do that. It requires a certain level of notoriety
Yeah, and
that
competency.
we may not have achieved yet.
But soon to be.
Yeah.
With any luck.
Within
Well,
a few weeks.
With certainty.
With certainty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. When we get there, who knows who we'll have on. Like, I don't know who I would even want if we could have on
If
people
you could,
that
if
aren't
you could
our
have
friends.
anyone on, who would it be? Besides me, of course.
Besides you. God. Well, that's my
Ugh.
number one option.
Yeah,
Oh.
figured.
Maybe, like, probably Theo Vaughn.
Mm.
That'd be freaking cool. He's
Yeah.
the funniest guy.
He seems like he's a good talker. He's a good gabber.
Yeah, he's the ultimate gabber, basically.
He's a gabberwocky. You know?
That could be our fan base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay,
good.
it is now.
Gabberwockies unite.
Yeah. That's a freaking good. That's good.
It's real
Yeah.
good. Respect.
I would have John Mulaney.
yeah.
Mm.
That's what I was gonna say.
Theo Vaughn, he's good. John Mulaney's better.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
most
maybe.
definitely
That's a pretty
But-
good.
Theo Vaughn has the podcast experience that John Mulaney... Oh, but he did the Oh Hello.
John Mulaney did
John Mulaney would be good, actually.
Yeah.
really good. Who would
Yeah.
you have, James?
If I could have anyone?
Yeah.
Dang.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive changes
Dead or alive.
things.
All right.
Hmm.
Anyone dead or alive?
George Harrison, I think I would like to talk to.
Hmm.
But might not be that, like, funny.
Just
But if I'm just
interesting.
going just to talk to someone,
Yeah.
I think that'd be a
Why
good
him of all the
Einstein,
Beatles?
then. I'd do Einstein.
I think he's my
now.
favorite Beatle.
Really?
I think I like a lot of them. I don't know. I like him. John Lennon, a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't. You like neglected his son. I think.
Respect.
Probably.
Respect.
Sick.
Shout out John Lennon.
That
Yeah.
does give him bonus points, but
Yeah, that's
still
street
not
cred.
going for him.
No. Despite his lack of parenting skills, I would still have George Harrison on.
I'd have Yoko Ono on.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
She
cool.
just is insane, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wait. Is she?
She's like she's like,
Well, based on her music, yes.
yeah.
I haven't listened to it.
It's just a lot of screams.
It's pretty wild, yeah.
Yeah.
It's some
Okay.
crazy stuff.
I'm changing mine. Okay, alive John Mulaney, dead or alive Albert Einstein with a translator. Did he speak English? I don't know.
I don't know. Well, Albert Einstein got
Probably
kicked
not.
out of math
Like-
class for asking too many questions.
Yeah.
So, I don't know
so
what that's
if that's any
pertinent.
indication of his language.
According to every poster. Yeah. If I read any poster ever in middle school, Albert Einstein got kicked out of math for asking too many questions.
Is that okay? Is it true? And also, is it significant?
Yeah, does it even matter?
Yeah, not
No.
even
Yeah,
a little
not
bit.
even.
Sounds annoying, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Albert Einstein used to be a bit of a pest.
yeah. Yeah, like I'm sure it's not because like the teacher was jealous of like what an intellectual giant he was. Like,
Yeah.
right? I don't think that's what teachers really
That's-
do. I mean, maybe they were like that in like the early 20th century.
yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
we'll go with that.
Um,
Yeah, but
Who
it's hard to
knows?
believe. Oh, this Albert kid's, a little bit smarter than me. He's gone.
He's gone.
Can't let him
He's
get an
lit.
education.
Yeah. And it's also not significant because
Who
We don't
cares?
have to idolize every part of Albert Einstein. He can be annoying.
Yeah.
He can be annoying, and that's fine. And he still came up with E equals MC squared.
It'd be funny if it was just one day he was being a little too inquisitive and the teacher made him sit outside for like 5 minutes, and now it's like lived in infamy for like 100 years.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't get relativity. You get that, George?
The theory of
Ben,
it?
James? Yeah.
No.
Just like
No.
the concept.
Mm-mm.
I don't get why they say that time doesn't pass when you're going the speed of light.
That doesn't make sense, but
I
I think
don't-
we're just all like boys.
I
so.
think, yeah, we're not in a position to really
Yeah, I don't think it's on us to really
dissect
get
the
that.
theory
But-
of relativity.
It's got to be like there's got to be some explanation that makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but
that would make sense.
with years of research that we certainly don't have.
Well, someone knows it, so why can't they explain it to people?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We
we gotta
don't.
go. We
I
don't
don't-
know
we
it, so
don't
how
know
could?
it, yeah.
Yeah, we'd have to find someone who knows it first. I
Do
guess.
you know, OT? Do you know why?
Why what?
Why time doesn't pass when you're going the speed of light?
Well, okay. Do you want me to give you your mic so I can talk into that sucker?
Sure.
I'm gonna rotate this.
Oliver's here technically producing.
So yeah, we've only got
Still
so
looking.
many mics.
We're still looking for a TP2.
Strong emphasis on technically.
Yeah, he's technically
Technically
producing.
So my understanding of it is the whole thing about relativity is that the like number one rule is that nothing can go faster than the speed of light relative to anything else. So if you think about two things, if you think about two cars in the freeway going 70 miles an hour and they pass each other,
Oh, okay.
from one point of view, the other guy's going 140 miles an hour relative to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you got in a head-on collision, that's what it would feel like. So if you imagine two cars going like 75% the speed of light, you can't just add those two together because then, well, these two cars are going faster than the speed of light relative to each other. So I think to make that happen, time slows down to get the velocities to add to the speed of light.
Oh, that's crazy.
God, that makes so much sense.
That's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right there with
Oh, once
you.
you say it like that.
Wait a minute.
That actually does make more
Here's
sense.
my question.
But
Wait,
it
wait.
seems like it was just like they kind of said it just to like cut it off so people wouldn't research.
But yeah.
If
I don't know.
time slows down, doesn't the photon go farther in because time slows down, but the speed doesn't slow down, right?
Yeah, so the thing going the speed of light, time is slowed down from its perspective. So from its perspective, it's not going faster than the speed of light. Well, from no perspective it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching Phineas and Ferb one time, and they made these shoes that were super fast, and they tried to race. They would turn on like a lamp, and they would try to race the light across the room, and they did it.
Did they beat the light?
Respect.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Wow, smart
They're
kids.
Phineas and
Smart
Ferb.
kids.
That show is
I bet
really
real
good.
good.
I bet
Yeah.
they got
Oh,
kicked
big
out of
time.
class for asking too many questions.
Ferb didn't. Ferb doesn't talk.
Ferb doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ferb probably got kicked into class for asking too little questions. That's how little he talks.
He was previously not in class.
Get in there.
Or maybe he just got kicked into class for not being in class.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if he was not in class,
Yeah, he got kicked right in there because he wasn't in class.
right, just for truancy more than anything else.
I'm gonna circle back real quick. Ben, who would you like to have on the podcast, dead or alive?
It'd be kind of cool to have kind of like Albert Einstein, but like alive Neil deGrasse Tyson. That'd be kind of cool because he seems pretty interesting.
He's sort of the worst, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
isn't
I
he
feel
like
like
a
I've
little,
heard that.
kind of like pretty cocky or something?
He
Okay.
said, OT.
Shut
yeah.
down, Ben. Killed ya.
He's a little cocky.
I understand it, and I
Arrogant.
recently found out that he was the worst, but
He's not the worst.
Probably
He's
not
not
the
the
Didn't,
worst,
didn't he
but
have some
he's-
cases against him for some
of what?
like some Me Too stuff happened to him? I think.
Maybe.
I didn't know any of this. I kind of just
Are we
Yeah,
ruining
I watched
Neil
some
deGrasse
science
for you?
class stuff, and he seemed cool.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Cosmos.
That's so
Yeah.
disappointing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually
Come
was
on, Neil.
disappointing because apparently he's like a bit of a smart ass about like science stuff to people.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that does make you the worst, but
Like what was the thing?
probably
Like
kind of annoying.
we think OT and I
sucks.
think he made up a story, like a little anecdote from a coffee shop where like he ordered a coffee with whipped cream, and I guess there wasn't whipped cream in it, and he said, "Hey, there's supposed to be whipped cream in this," and the barista said, "Oh, it must have sunk to the bottom," and he said, "Okay, either you're lying or the laws of physics have stopped working." Something like
Wait,
that.
did you hear that?
He said he said that. He claimed to have.
So
He told
Why would
that
you
anecdote.
It's a
spread
weird
that
thing to
around?
brag about.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
sound
It's like-
super
It's
annoying.
like, guys,
in
look,
that.
I kind of suck.
I'm terrible to people who
Yeah.
like do service for
And,
me.
but also the reason we think it's not true is because no barista would ever be the slightest bit difficult about like that's not their incentive.
yeah,
They're
there's
just gonna
whipped cream
put
in here.
whipped
Oh
cream
my
on
bad,
it.
I'll add some.
Yeah.
That's how that would go.
They're not like gonna be like indignant about like they have no like loyalty to the store or like undying trust that their coworkers did a perfect job. Like
Yeah, so
Like-
probably wouldn't have Neil deGrasse Tyson on the podcast.
Yeah,
So-
what a bad answer, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, that was not good. Didn't do my research at all.
You still would be a good podcast guest.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he'd
think
probably
so.
be fine on the podcast, but he also might he might get mad at me for not knowing what relativity is. You know, it's just one example.
One of many. Yeah, that's probably true.
You'd have to study up.
So yeah, who's your actual answer? Now that
Now that we got your joke answer out of the way.
Then probably Charles Woodson. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would, he seems like a really cool guy.
And guys, I bleed silver and black. Those are the Raiders colors.
Yeah, me, Ben, and Ashton bleed silver and black.
James
bleeds
yellow
blue.
and blue.
I bleed yellow and blue.
Ew, gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gross. Must be something wrong with you.
You yucky.
Dude, you should get that checked out.
Not healthy colors.
Bleed red.
Yeah. Also, guys, similar sort of thing to Albert Einstein got kicked out of class for asking too many questions. Your blood, it's not blue when it's in your body.
No.
Yeah. Oh, not even a little bit.
Who's spreading that? That's not like
Like
Who-
kids.
yeah, just kids.
Yeah, but where did kids hear that? Because kids had to hear it
It
from
just
somewhere.
someone just makes it up and then it gets passed around.
Yeah,
Some
some
freaking
like
conniving adult that knows it's not true.
or
They plant it in their in their brains.
It was Neil deGrasse Tyson. There was no doubt.
Hey, go tell people the blood is blue.
And it was so that he was like breeding an entire generation of people that he could school.
yeah, he could be smarter than
Kind of annoyingly.
Neil deGrasse's master plan.
I think it's
Yeah.
just because your veins look blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why.
It's not like.
No, it's nefarious. It's more nefarious than that.
There's a deeper meaning.
Also, that's the episode of the podcast. Guarantee you, Neil deGrasse Tyson's master plan.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
good
that's
one.
a good name.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Sometimes I struggled to come up with the name for the last one, and I don't even. It's Tina the Snail Whisperer.
Not
it's
bad.
fine.
A lot of times to think of a good one, you'd probably have to listen to the whole episode back and find the good, like a funny
Yeah.
part that has a catchy name to it.
Yeah, that was a good app, but it wasn't a lot of one-liners. I
No,
think.
I like that one though. I think it's fun when I listen to a podcast that has the name in the podcast, then you hear it. I go like, oh yeah, that was awesome. So if you guys feel that way, comment.
Guys, George is a little bit of a little boy. George is freaking very
I-
enthused by simple things.
Yeah, I kind of come off as boyish on the podcast,
He's
but
got a smooth brain, you know.
my brain hasn't developed his wrinkles. Yeah, I don't know. I like that though. It's fun.
You just feel like satisfied because you're like, oh, finally.
Yeah,
that's
there
what
it
I
is.
was-
It is kind of cool. Yeah, no, I'll concede that. You got me there.
Nice. We were talking before the podcast about how you only hear fast facts about serial killers and ex-presidents.
That's facts.
That's good.
That's
yeah.
literally so true. Jordan, I'm gonna make that into a. I'm gonna bitify that.
Bit,
Yeah.
bit of Tron.
Because that's actually super. Like
yeah, that's funny.
that's something that's like super facts.
And like
super
really
true.
super like weird. Like why is that the case?
Yeah.
But it's like I can't tell you the number of times I've seen like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 list of like facts about Woodrow Wilson or something. And
No.
it's like he had his boudoir imported from Slovenia because it was his favorite trees there. or
His
something
dog
like
was
that.
named Winston after Winston Churchill. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah,
It's,
no,
it's a lot of things that you can't disprove.
yeah, just unverifiable.
That's Neil deGrasse also just sitting around making up obscure little tidbits.
Yeah, no one can disprove them
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I guess you're not wrong, but
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You only hear facts about serial killers and former presidents. That's what I was trying to say is like that's an example of a thing. You'll see a lot of like TikToks that are trying to be something like that and be like, wait, why is this the case? Like, why is this specific thing so true? And it's just like either not that specific or not that true.
Yeah.
yeah.
That is both of them.
Yeah,
That is both specific and true.
that hits the nail directly on the head.
Yeah.
North, south, east, and west.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that'll be like a clickbait for some YouTube. Like, you can't believe what this serial killer
Yeah.
just said.
Yeah. or
You
something
can't believe
like
these
that.
facts about a serial killer and Woodrow Wilson.
Imagine if we find out one of our former presidents is a serial killer. That would
The
be
most facts.
so many facts.
That would be the highest density of facts.
Highest density per capita of facts. yeah.
Density for yeah.
Say the fact you thought of.
What was the fact I thought of?
The thing you heard, and you're like, oh, that's probably.
Oh,
a fact.
about Ted Bundy being the department like secretary for.
I was thinking about the egg thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's also good.
What was the egg thing?
Yeah, what's the egg?
When I was making eggs before the podcast, getting my protein in, I put salt on them, and that's it. And Ashton said, George, you put salt on your eggs, and that's it, because you like the egg flavor to come out more. That's a fact I'd learn about a serial
Yeah,
killer.
that it literally is the fact that, and he'd be like and it would like in the context it would be like disgusting. Like Charles Manson didn't season his eggs. Ew. Like,
He craved that eggy flavor.
This guy's insane, man.
That was the basis that Jonestown was started on.
Yeah.
Only salting your eggs.
That's what it was all about.
that's how he freaking advertised his little
Guys,
cult
you like only
flick.
salt? Come on down to South America. I got a little thing going.
Yeah. We've got a community.
Speaking of Charles Manson, I didn't care for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I feel like you said that on another podcast.
Yeah, you have.
Did I?
Yeah.
Was that on a podcast?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking about, we were like, I think it was with my dad. We were listing our favorite Tarantino
Oh,
movies,
that's
and you
true.
said, I don't like
Oh,
Once
okay.
Upon a Time in
Do you
Hollywood.
not like it, or are you neutral about it?
It was boring to me.
Here-
So
here's
you
what I
know,
have to say.
Take what that would.
I watched it like 4 times. Every time I watched it, I liked it more than the last time.
Okay.
And I didn't initially enjoy it.
Yeah, I bet it, because you'll probably like pick, it's like such a long plot in
Yeah.
the beginning, but you probably pick little things up
Mm-hmm.
more and more, so that'd be kind of cool.
Here's an example of something I didn't like. He was Brad Pitt, I think. Brad Pitt's
Sure.
character was led, like he went on the cult like compound,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and the girl led him to the back of the house where the guy was allegedly sleeping,
Uh-huh.
and then it was like totally looking like he was gonna be dead, and then he was just actually sleeping. What was that?
I don't know. Yeah.
That was stupid, I thought.
I think a lot of the movie was just like, it was just like a day in the life type of thing. There wasn't too many like climactic points. It was just like, this is what happened. This is what happened the day of this. Like, this is all building up to it. But there was nothing like huge happening.
Yeah, I've never seen it, so I
It-
can't
it-
weigh in
Is
whatsoever.
that not a
Sorry about that.
systemic issue with the movie? That
I
you
don't
just
know.
made it about boring events until the end?
Probably not.
Maybe.
It's
yeah.
not a
Well, I think it's
systemic
more. I
issue.
think it's just a style. Like if you like that style, then
Well, I
you
don't
probably
think
What
like
is
it.
the style? The style of friggin' nothing happening
No,
ever?
it's called a mise en scene. They used to make all these
That's
French, movies
for
like that.
this
A
is
day in the
super
life.
boring. You're not gonna like this movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Ben, have you seen any Quentin Tarantino movies? You like those?
Yeah, I think I said on the other podcast that I liked The Hateful Eight. That was
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
That's a quality
Have
film.
you seen Inglourious Bastards?
No, I have
Oh,
not.
give
You
it
gotta
a
watch
watch.
that.
Yeah.
Guys,
I'd like that one.
watch.
That's I think that's my favorite all-time
after
movie.
you listen to every single
Yeah, I
episode
don't-
of this podcast.
yeah.
Then you can go watch it and you'll like it.
Then you're allowed to.
Then
Wait,
then
It
you're
asks you
dismissed.
before you click play, have you watched all of the podcasts?
So, what was good about Once Upon a Time? Like, were you guys engrossed in the story? Like, what did you guys
I
like
thought
about it?
There was good acting, and it was like I thought it was good, and then the end was exciting.
Yeah.
I find the Tarantino gratuitous violence sort of a minus rather than a plus. I'm not
I don't
enthused
mind
by
it.
that.
I don't
Like in
I
all
don't-
his movies, or in that one in particular?
That one in particular, yeah, pretty much in all of them.
Yeah, I don't
don't
like,
get it.
oh yeah, let's go, but I don't like dislike it. I don't
You
know.
were kind of like that after.
What, at the end of that one?
Yeah, you were like,
no,
that
that
was
one was cool.
awesome.
That one was freaking
Yeah.
cool though.
That the end of it.
The end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was cool.
Why do you think it was cool?
Cause like Brad Pitt and his dog came through and like freaking beat the bad guys.
Yeah, that was sick.
And that's so
Yeah.
boyish of me to say.
Yeah.
You're really just falling right into a
Yeah.
stereotype.
Yeah, you seriously are. I don't know. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, it was like fine, but I don't get the violence. Do you guys know why he does that? Is there like well, there obviously is an artistic reason, but like,
I think
what
it's
is
like
the reason?
it's like a stylistic thing. Like it's like a what's the term? It's like it's a Tarantino movie because of that. Almost.
Oh, it's like
it's like a
his-
kind of like
trademark.
It's his,
Yeah,
call,
his
it's his calling
signature.
card.
It's like,
That's
yeah,
his
exactly.
calling card. What would your if I was an art thief, I would have a pretty cool calling card I'd leave in place of all the art I've stolen. It would be like it'd be like a little wooden bowl that I carved and I'd put it there.
In
I was-
Psych, it was a burning cigarette.
I was just gonna
Fro-
say that.
Yeah.
Despero.
Yeah,
Despero.
I
Yeah.
love that. Shit.
I would carve a little wooden bowl.
George,
and put it there.
that's a
Little
pretty
wooden
freaking.
bowl.
That's
Yeah.
a sick calling card. A burning cigarette.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that a little bowl. I feel like they could just confuse it for.
More art?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have such
It
good
would be
craftsmanship.
super
They
little.
probably would. It'd be so small they wouldn't see it.
People never really know it's always you.
If it would be so small that they probably wouldn't see it, and if they did, they'd be like, "This is too small to be art. It must be a calling card."
This isn't his calling card. It's too small.
I don't know. Wooden bowl. I don't know if that's
Or like maybe an origami something.
that's better.
Something
Yeah, that's
origami.
cool.
I'd leave like I don't know what I'd leave. Maybe like incense or something. But that's too close to. A
That's
burning
just like
cigarette.
yeah.
Burning
Um,
cigarette, what is he promoting? Lung cancer? Not cool.
No, it's a
I'll
metaphor,
take
George.
I'll take
Yeah,
my
that's
wooden
cool.
bowl.
It's a metaphor. You
I'll
light
take my
the
wooden
thing,
bowl and go.
you light the thing that's gonna kill you, and then you leave it behind, in the place of the art you've stolen.
Yeah,
It's a
there's-
metaphor.
George, there's something to that.
That is so deep.
That's
Not as deep as a small bowl, but
No.
I would leave
Certainly up
a
there.
little army man probably.
Oh, that's
I like
cool.
that.
Yeah.
No, I would leave.
That's
I
good.
would.
That's something George would say because he's so boyish. He has so many little army men.
I would leave
like
my
cool
best
little,
army man.
cool little toys and crap.
I would leave my
You-
best army man.
You always place them, but then you can't part with them, so you take them.
I don't want to leave this one.
I
So
would
just
leave.
no one knows.
I would leave my mightiest soldier to defend my out from the police.
I would leave a really big dragon. No, I would. The army men that have a parachute attached.
Yeah.
I would do the arch so fast
You would
that I would climb up to the top of the ceiling, drop it, do the theft, leave, and by the time the police arrived on the scene, it would still be falling.
wait.
That,
Yeah.
that seems
that
like
has nothing to
far
do
too
with the
tight of a
speed of
window.
your thievery, and everything to do with the response time of the police.
Yeah,
But
why
I'm
don't-
already out of there, so that's pretty fast. It's both. I think it's
The
both.
police don't know. Like,
How about you steal it, and then
Uh-huh.
you call the police.
I call the police.
and then you let it go.
I've already
and
let
as
it go.
soon as
No,
they
this is
walk
how
in,
fast
No, he lets it
no.
go.
Why do you have to do
before he
Why do you have
calls
to do the
police.
theft first?
maybe
It's
you could.
exhilarating.
It just-
the sick bastard gets off on this crap.
time consuming.
Maybe George, you could set up some like elaborate like Rube Goldberg system.
As I'm running out, I purposely do a tripwire,
like-
and then all these marbles go rolling. Until
Yeah,
What
I
if
get to the
what if the
parachute.
day you got caught, it was just like still going?
Yeah.
They were like arresting you, and like a marble was flying across the room.
It's like,
And you're like, give it a second.
That's degrading. That's like
You have to watch it finish while you're in handcuffs.
yeah, a balloon gets released and flies upward and like sets off some lever.
yeah, that would be a pretty sick. Maybe that would be my. Maybe my calling card would be like a. No, this is what it would be. It would be like a. Maybe like an envelope with like the edges and the like it's like burned or something. a little
Oh,
bit.
do you know what's cool? This
with
may
a
be
little with a little wax stamp
yeah.
on it.
No, that's what I was gonna say. This probably wouldn't be my calling card, but if I ever have some sort of insignia I can put in a wax stamp.
Oh my gosh, dude!
I'm
I
in.
know.
I'm gonna do it.
It's over.
You give me that
done.
you give me that opportunity, and I'll friggin' pounce.
Oh yeah, I'll jump on that like there's no
Do you-
tomorrow.
Do you have a family crest, George?
We do. It's in our guest house right
Good, me too.
Really?
Yeah, same. Same.
now. I wonder
all
why
have
you asked
family
that.
crest?
Yeah, but my family crest is kind of weird because my last name is spelled Webber. and then our crest is just one B, which is kind of weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
Lost
Maybe-
in translation.
Probably.
Is it a cool crest?
Yeah, it's cool.
What
It's
is
like
it?
a knight's helmet.
Oh, me too. Mine does too.
I think
That's just sort of what's a crest.
Yeah.
Is.
I was gonna say I think someone gave you guys a fake crest to make you feel good, and
Yeah, George, yours looks like a drawing, kind
No,
of.
mine's
looks,
authentic. Mine's authentic.
mine looks nice. My
Ask me what mine is.
what's
I don't want to.
what is yours? What's your crest, Ashton?
It's like an elephant.
Is it really?
It's
Is it
it's
like an
a,
elephant?
It's a very regal elephant though,
Okay.
and
So it
it's
just is an elephant.
with a regal one at that. And there's there's a little bit of. It's a decorative regal elephant, you know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's
Were
a bit.
I
That's
like
pretty
that.
original. That's
Were your
soft.
ancestors known ivory poachers?
Oh,
No, they actually they revered elephants.
Were there elephants in England?
That's not. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
no,
that's
because
not
they
historically
because
accurate.
Ashton's ancestors went to India and mistreated the natives and then stole their elephant for the crest. So
Those are
you know.
Indians, but actually,
Yeah, the real Indians.
heyo.
Heyo, indeed.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
No, but George, what would your calling card be? Would it really be the parachute
It'd
guy?
be the parachute guy. No,
That's
well,
kind of cool.
That'd be really cool.
Like
if I could
in
pull it
concept,
off.
it's cool, but
Yeah.
it's so
Or
unrealistic.
how about this? I called the police to the scene after I've set up a Rube Goldberg machine.
Did you say
They-
rude?
Rube,
It's a rude Goldberg. It's very mean.
a Goldberg machine that calls them names and doesn't wipe its and chews with his mouth open.
It has very poor manners.
Yeah. No, I call them to the scene, and then I start remotely a Rube Goldberg machine. They're looking at the art, saying it's not even gone. The Rube Goldberg machine, I can't
Steals
say
the
that at all, goes in motion, steals the art while they're looking at it. They don't know who it is.
What if it's okay? So let's say it's like a little claw.
Yeah.
That takes. What if they just say, "Oh, the claw's taking it. Oh, let me pull on. Let me like."
It
let me-
zaps them with lasers.
It seems like you would try it once and then
this
they
is-
just wouldn't look off the art.
This is less
They're
a
there for
calling.
stolen art.
Yeah. Well, also this is less a calling card and more just a method of stealing art
I guess.
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, and a good one at that.
A boyish one.
A boy, quite boyish.
Yeah,
actually.
it'd be funny if they caught you and then like a little poster drops on it and it's like, I'm already halfway to Mexico or something.
Yeah.
That
And
would
then-
be in like a Mr. Bean movie.
No, but
Yeah.
then the crazy part is that you'd actually plot out mathematically the exact midpoint between where you stole the art and the Mexican border.
Yeah.
And then you'd leave a clue there. But they'd never find it because they're sorry policemen.
They're soft. They're not ready for the big leagues.
Yeah. I wonder.
That's weird. Why do people leave like other hints?
I don't think.
Just
I bet
'cause.
in real life.
They
they
get-
Well, I'm
probably
sure it doesn't happen
don't.
in real life. But
Yeah, but in movies, why do we let that happen?
They
Why
get
are
all-
we all like, oh, that's cool? Yeah, no. The thief is making
that
it
is a real
easier.
thing.
No, those sick
Is it a
bastards
real
get
thing?
off on it, George.
No, unironically, that is. Like, some serial killers, like. No, not the Unabomber. What's his name? Ted Cruz.
Ted Bundy.
Nope.
Zodiac.
Zodiac Killer.
Oh,
Okay.
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz.
Yeah, Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
He did that.
He left
Did he?
clues.
Oh.
but
He
he
left
never got
clues,
caught.
and it
was
was-
that the whole Zodiac thing? I don't know too much about the
I think it
Zodiac.
was. It was like a language with symbols that he made up,
Oh,
and
whoa.
it was
Okay,
like
that is cool. Respect.
That'd be my calling card.
That'd be my calling card.
where it's like I think they like just cracked the code like just recently.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
If you believe in zodiacs, get out. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Oh my God.
Are you a functioning adult and think zodiac signs matter? What? That's like
Yeah.
shocking to me.
I think, yeah, that's pretty true. And I think I don't know. I think it's kind of different from other religion, because religion is like, I think they kind of acknowledge that it's faith-based, but zodiac people, they'll be like, no, it's real. Like, you can see it. There's,
Yeah,
it
there's
applies to
signs.
people, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, there's just no signs I mean, everyone's different. It doesn't matter when you were
Yeah.
born.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a load of horse, Dookie.
Yeah.
To put it mildly.
I'm being super nice about this guy.
I
You
could
do not want to hear my real thoughts on zodiac signs.
It's Weird that there's not the same sort of like fervor around like fortune cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are real.
Yeah.
You think
What
there's
are
no
you
fervor
Because
around
those are
those?
based in science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fortune cookies have gone so far downhill in my lifetime, and that's I
think,
feel like
I
that's
think you've
real.
just gotten older.
No.
Oh, you mean like the
do
quality of fortune?
Yeah, the quality of the
Oh.
fortune.
Would that be
They
my
used to-
calling card?
Oh,
A fortune.
That's
a
the
good
winner.
one.
That's the
Yeah.
winner.
That would be cool.
Although envelope with the edges burned with a wax seal.
Falling
that's,
parachute
I don't
man
really-
that's still falling when the police arrive on the scene.
Yeah, no, fortunes used to be like a real fortune, and now it's like, time is money, baby. That's the fortune.
That'd be funny if you, when you said like fortune cookies have gone downhill, you were talking about like the quality of the baking that they're.
Yeah.
Their recipes are just shoddy
Yeah.
nowadays. Lacks
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, no, the fortune cookies, the fortunes, I feel like more recently they're just like sort of platitudes or like general advice.
Yeah, I don't
Or,
think.
but they used to be like, look out for a furry friend this week or something.
I don't think I've really. I don't know if I've encountered a fortune cookie anytime in the last like 4 years or
Do you
something.
just not
Really?
have like Chinese food ever?
No.
Are you a racist?
Yeah, that's why. No. Yeah, we don't have a lot of Chinese food. We have a lot of sushi, but not a lot of Chinese food.
I like sushi.
Sushi's terrible.
So
I
good.
don't like sushi.
It's bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
fight.
I had a like pokey thing last night. That was good.
Didn't you
I
say
do
you
like
have
just
poke
raw
a lot?
fish.
I have poke a lot, but I don't like fish. I get it with shrimp.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What about crab? What about imitation crab?
I love imitation crab, which actually is fish, but it doesn't taste like fish.
Is it really not crab?
It's
Is that
just
why
it's
called
just like
imitation?
ground up fish and starch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
But California roll, no. For you.
I don't know if I fully follow you on that sentence.
Yeah, not
California,
like
rolls,
California rolls?
are just imitation crab.
And
Yeah.
avocado and rice
Yeah.
and seaweed.
Yeah, I guess I could get behind that.
Those are
Okay.
so good.
California
You
rolls,
love
they're
sushi
fine.
now, James.
I
They're
lied.
fine. They're
really?
fine.
They're good. No, do you know what I like a spicy any sushi that's like a little spicy and a little crunchy. I mean,
Yeah, a spicy salmon roll with the crunchy stuff
with a
on
little bit
top.
of tempura mixed in.
Everybody
Get
keeps
out.
lying to me about salmon, and I'll tell you why.
Wait, why they're lying or how they're lying?
How?
Can you explain
It's a
why?
massive.
Why
It's Neil
the-
deGrasse Tyson. It's
why-
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He's been planting it.
Master
Yeah,
plan.
why the sick bastard gets off on it. Sick bastards get off on it. How? They keep telling me it's not fishy, and then it's just fishy, and I think that's because it's a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
the
who's
term
telling
fishy
you it's
is
not?
generally just not good,
Yeah.
in my experience.
Yeah.
Same with gamey. The term gamey just means like
Bad.
not pleasant.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know that.
Wait, is that about like meat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's kind of like it'll be
what
like
does it mean?
rabbit. or
Yeah,
something.
rabbit.
Yeah,
it's
it's always like
often-
weird things.
Like our duck or like.
I had
But
horse
it's
once, and
but
it was
what does
very
it
gamey.
actually mean?
Horse.
Yeah, in Italy we had horse gnocchi. It was like some horse sauce.
What? It's freaking
What part of the horse?
I don't beats
probably
me
the butt.
with any luck.
That's freaking a
gay.
thing that kids would say. Like McDonald's uses like
Oh,
the
yeah.
most obscure part of the chicken. It's just like, why would they do that?
They use the gobble is what I always
Yeah,
heard.
did they just want to be gross? Like,
Yeah.
why would they just use normal parts?
These
of the
idiots have
chicken?
no idea they're eating the chicken's pee instead of real fries.
It's just like,
So outlandish.
Yeah.
it's just, why would they ever want to make chicken with that? What's the upside?
Yeah,
there?
there's like horse hooves in it or something.
Yeah.
It's like
They like scour the ends of the earth looking for the grossest, most obscure things to put in their chicken nuggets.
It costs like 10 times more than normal chicken. But
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like losing a lot of money on it. And it like still tastes fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes no impact on the taste or like consistency or anything. What were we talking about? Oh my gosh, something about.
gamey food.
Oh no, yeah, gamey. What does
And
gamey
fishy
mean?
food.
Gamey, literally, you can't describe it, but when you taste it, you go, oh, that's gamey. That's not good.
It's almost like it's like
Yeah.
it's something you don't like pretty much. That's what
Just if a
gamey
meat's
means.
not good, you just say, oh, that's
it almost
gamey.
it almost tastes like rotten meat, but it's like I guess that's how you eat it. So
Huh. Wait. So it's like sap. Is it a taste or texture or
No, but it's
combination
just like
thereof?
it's a certain type of like it's like rabbit or duck, and those meats just taste gamey.
mm-hmm.
Like they'll just
Yeah.
It's just bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's just an acquired taste. That's what.
Probably if you eat a lot. Yeah. If I was in the Wild West,
the term acquired taste also just seems like it's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad, but once you
Kind
eat it a bunch, you kind of don't hate
You're
it
like
as much.
you're just used to it now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad, and a select few people who have forced themselves to eat it a lot like it. It's like, okay, yeah, well,
Sure.
they're probably, they're desensitized to its terribleness. Yeah, I don't. That is kind of weird that's a term.
But I guess like wine, wine can be an acquired taste, but it's like not bad.
Yeah, I think acquired taste can mean you start to like it. I think that.
Yeah, it can. I think you can like start to like things that you. I think it just kind of makes sense.
I think it also means like something that a lot of people don't like and that you might like.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Like a more specific.
Like it doesn't necessarily mean that you would have tried a bunch to love it. Like I think it can mean that like a lot of people don't really like it and you just do.
Yeah. Boom.
That's riveting.
You've acquired that. You've acquired that certain taste.
Yeah.
I guess George, what do you think of wine? Do you like wine?
I like wine more than beer, but in low quantities. I like to sip wine. I can't tell them apart.
Do you prefer a white or a red?
Red?
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh,
You're right.
answer.
I don't.
So
But
sorry.
You prefer a white.
I prefer white. It's more like fruity and sweet.
Yeah, I'm more.
So
I guess I'm
racist,
just a little.
James. Oh my god.
Me and George are really
Whites
one and
are
the same.
across the board more fruity and sweet. I don't know if we're not gonna cut that.
No, we're not cutting that. That's not
funny.
that bad.
Yeah, champagne, George.
Don't love it.
Champagne.
Have you ever cut anything?
Yes.
That's a weird
Yeah.
question. What?
Like,
Yeah, like
cut anything
out
out
of
of
the
the
podcast.
podcast.
Not.
We have.
Oh, I thought
Have you ever
meant,
like cut a steak before?
like, have you ever cut like any part of yourself or like
Oh.
no, not like
Have you
not
ever been
like
scraped up
self harm,
before?
but yeah, like have you ever like gotten a scrape or like maybe even cut a piece of meat or something? Like, I
Yeah,
was
we
completely
cut
confused.
something. We'll tell you off the air because
Oh.
that's why we cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kinda-
Wouldn't really make sense to cut it and then just say it on a different episode.
yeah.
the world has changed so much since then.
Yeah. Political correctness, man. Can't say anything anymore.
This something I've noticed about like comedians who get real mad about having to be politically correct.
Sorry.
That's
real
just
quick.
every comedian.
Every comedian, and it's just not that funny.
I know.
anymore.
This is what they do.
It's because comedians, I think young comedians don't.
Yeah.
Younger ones don't. But if you're like age 45 and up, it's like your thing.
But
You're
I've
just
seen
kind of a
I've seen
grump.
like comedians I respect do bits on it.
Yeah, and it's kind of
Like
annoying.
Yeah.
I know Chris D'Elia did. I don't know where
Yeah.
you guys stand on Chris anymore.
I don't
don't
really
We're
follow
generally
him.
not fans.
Yeah. I
But when he was in his heyday, he definitely made some jokes on that.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
kind of annoying.
And even then, I thought this is not
not good.
low hanging fruit.
This is what I think. They're always like, they say something bad, and like, what? I can't say that anymore. And then they just like did, and they can. And it's like, okay, well you can, so stop getting mad about it.
Yeah.
You're
They
just saying that in every show, and
it-
no one's stopping you. So
Yeah.
obviously you can still say that.
And they always have an anecdote about one particular crowd that got mad at them. It's like, okay, yeah, a small minority of people get mad at a thing that is not offensive. Like that just applies to everything. A small
Yeah.
minority of people do everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no.
yeah, a small minority of people like kill people.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that killing people is acceptable now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like some comedians. That's just their whole bit. It's just they say things that they think they can't say. And
Yeah,
that's just their
no, that
entire
kind of
thing.
is. Bill Burr is sort of an example of that.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure he's funny, and I think he is funny because I've seen him like not doing bits, and they're pretty funny, and even some of his bits are funny, but that's super his thing.
He's an acquired taste.
yeah.
he's an
Well, he's an acquired taste. He's an acquired
AKA
bad
bad.
taste. Yeah.
He's very gamey.
He's a gamey comedian. Yeah, no, like I'm sure he's funny, and he's considered like one of the greats. Although I don't agree with people being the greats in almost any sense.
Yeah,
Ever.
because if you're just good, then you're good. And like it's hard to say like, oh, he's always he's one of the
Yeah.
greats, and he always will be, or something like that.
Well, like just in terms of comedians or like sports.
In anything?
Directors, I don't freaking.
Okay.
I've said this about Tarantino.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't You don't get any points for being one of the greats. That goes for comedians too.
No, but I think in sports you get like
Sports, because people are usually like, I think athletic ability is probably a bit more consistent
yeah.
than like you just can't always be funny. You just can't be, but you can be a great athlete.
Yeah, you can always be really good at running.
But it does. Yeah, if you're funny, it doesn't mean every joke you're gonna write is a friggin' hit. Jerry Seinfeld, is he unlikable?
I think he's a pretty likable guy.
I like
me.
Seinfeld a lot.
I don't think I've ever seen Seinfeld.
It's a good show.
I've seen a bit of it, and it's pretty funny.
Because I think there's something about people think he's pompous to like.
You're big on
Reporters.
like knowing what famous
Yeah.
people are hated. That's kind of like your thing.
That's yeah. I actually
You like to ruin famous
Now
people.
that I'm thinking of that, I actually, we talked about Leonardo DiCaprio earlier. I got that from a Reddit thread.
Yeah, we talked. We
talked about it.
which is incredibly reliable.
Right. And
Yeah, true.
It's really the end-all be-all.
yeah. This is actually because I watched like a YouTube compilation of like
Yeah.
celebrities like with great comebacks to reporters, and it seems like Jerry Seinfeld, he really walks that line between just being annoying and sort of justifiably clapping back, where it's just like, oh, you might just be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Not a bad guy, but just an annoying guy. Or
Yeah.
kind of
I don't know.
sort of arrogant.
Do you think he got
I think
kicked
he's-
out of class for asking too many questions?
Probably. And he was probably sort of pompous about it.
He's probably pretty well liked, I assume.
Yeah, I think he
he's.
seems like a pretty likable
Yeah,
guy.
I
don't know him, but
Well,
obviously.
watch
I-
his, watch
you
his
don't know?
famous clapbacks.
I'm not.
George, and you
I
might change your mind.
haven't. No, I guess not. No. Huh.
I think
That's
if I was a
interesting.
comedian or if I was anyone famous, I think we talked about this in a later podcast, but like reporters coming up to me at a certain point would start to get annoying.
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah,
for
big
sure.
time.
No, this is what I have to say about Reddit. On its reliability, in terms of its reliability,
A+.
You know, teachers never say. They always say don't go to Wikipedia for your paper. They never say don't go to Reddit for your paper. So that's where I go.
It's a very weird concept. Don't go to Wikipedia.
Yeah, they hate it.
I'm
I
just
know.
gonna. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna.
Everyone's
you just
gonna
do.
do it.
Yeah.
And it's not even like not accurate.
Yeah, in my experience, it's like
It's like better than a lot of
100% accurate.
alternatives.
and
like,
it's super convenient because
Yeah.
like all the information about a thing is just right there.
It's like so easy to use and just like the first
Yeah.
thing that comes up
So-
anytime you search up anything.
Also, like, do these freaking like fourth grade teachers really care if there's some factual inaccuracy on my freaking like mission project? Like,
Yeah.
it was actually built in 1654, not 1692. Like, it's just like,
You're gonna fail fourth grade.
yeah, like,
Yeah, and also like if I ever have put anything from Wikipedia into like some report or like an essay, no teacher has ever noticed at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just right.
Yeah.
So you just could have gotten it from somewhere
yeah,
else.
exactly.
Yeah, and they always say like you can use the sources from Wikipedia. It's like, well, that's just a roundabout way of using Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Go on
That's
Wikipedia
the information
and then,
that I just read on Wikipedia, but it's just on another site. It's just paraphrased. Like, how does that make any difference?
It seems like they just don't want it to be easy, which
yeah.
doesn't make sense. Why does it matter if it's easy?
Yeah.
yeah. Whenever
know.
they'd make you go to like the database thing and
Yeah.
like,
Oh my god.
Ah.
I never went to a database.
that's annoying.
Teachers are a weird mix of people I really dislike super a lot and people I respect the friggin' heck out of.
Yeah, it's true. It could
Like-
be anywhere.
I never want to diss teachers, like, just in general, because there's obviously some friggin' amazing ones. George, Miss Pasternak.
Yeah, she was cool. But
She's
there's a lot
awesome.
of just bad teachers.
There's also just
Yeah.
a lot of terrible ones where it's like, yeah, you suck at your job, dude. Why did they not get fired?
Because of like teachers' unions, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
One other thing that's kind of annoying is like having to cite sources like correctly, and teachers getting mad if you like the indenting, and like teachers
Oh,
getting
yeah.
mad if you don't cite your
that's
sources correctly, and it's like
So
yeah.
annoying.
I get citing sources.
no, yeah, that
Because
like
that-
giving credit.
You got to have,
Yeah.
if you're going to use some, first of all, you should use things to back up your claims. You
Yeah.
should use evidence, and if you do, you got to obviously cite it. But like the frickin' like formatting
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
that's
you
it's
don't
gotta
end
be-
at the first one, but you end at the second line. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
You
You
can
gotta-
still read it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just bullet point it. How does that change things?
Yeah.
It changes.
Besides
absolutely
changing your
nothing.
grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is unintelligible. You know, that second line is way too close to the margin.
Yeah. No, if it's if the second line is they stop looking at the margin. So if it's indented, they just don't see it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they follow, they track the line. The first line, the second one's indented. Oh, not gonna bother reading. It's not in my line of sight.
This guy's whole essay I just read is gonna be discredited now.
Yeah.
Nothing that I just read
It's
matters.
a weird thing to obsess on too, because it's something it's never gonna come up again.
No,
Yeah.
unless you're gonna get
You're
like,
like
a PhD
unless you're
or
also a
something.
teacher.
Yeah, yeah. Unless you have to know it because you're gonna teach other kids to do it.
Yeah. I do think the meme about this California school system is sort of, like kids are like, the school system, and it's always tied into like,
There's not
Like,
enough art programs or
yeah.
some crap. That's kind of cringe, but
it's a little cringe. I'm sure it's true. In my experience, it's not true because I feel like there's plenty of art and in some, like, it's probably totally valid in some experience. Like, we're pretty
yeah, we're in a
privileged.
good place.
But yeah, people do say that a lot. So it's become kind of a meme, for better or worse. But I do think that the way that we do school is kind of just like stupid.
What do
Like-
you mean?
Like, why do we learn things? Why is there a core curriculum?
No, yeah, for one of the AP, like the 2009 AP like synthesis prompts, like we had to do it to practice for the AP test, and it was should schools start to focus on individuality or conformity, and like which
We did that same exact prompt as a
Yeah.
practice in my.
and it's like that
Conformity,
schools
I
are
guess.
I
schools
did
are like
individuality.
like they're like individuality is like pitted against conformity, and their views of like how conformity helps the community out, while like having like individuality kind of helps out like the student themselves and like their individual needs.
But like, yeah, I guess like my point is, why do I have to take a class that I have no interest in
No, yeah, individuality for sure.
that
Yeah, I agree.
that doesn't serve me in any
Yeah.
way?
I'm never gonna think about that again. Don't
And-
want to learn it.
Why do we not teach kids to be like rational? Like to just think about things rationally, you know?
Yeah, that's. I mean, at what age? Like, because you're not gonna get a bunch of like little
Just
boys.
like high school, junior
yeah,
high,
yeah. I don't know.
any age really. Well, not, yeah, you can't teach it to kindergarten students, but like, yeah, like high school.
Yeah,
Why-
it's weird that, like chemistry, don't care.
Yeah, I think there should be.
I liked chemistry.
There should be a core curriculum, but it shouldn't be the core curriculum we currently have.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there's far
that's
more
a good
important
point.
things. Chemistry, as much as you might have loved it, I have no care for
But
it.
I would friggin', yeah, in my ideal situation, if you don't like chemistry, you don't have to take it.
Yeah.
I do think it, I don't know, maybe it's not useful for people to learn about science, but it is cool to know things.
Yeah, it is. It's stupid when kids are like, "Why would I have to learn my pluses and minuses if I just have a calculator all the time?" It's like, all right, well, you should.
You're just
know,
getting smarter.
Well,
Yeah.
That's just called getting more
Yeah.
intelligent, yeah.
That's a little too
basic
much.
arithmetic is different though.
Yeah.
I think
But
we
some
can all agree that we should learn that.
No, for sure. Some kids will just be like, yeah, I don't have to. I shouldn't have to learn like the slope forms and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
well,
why
That's
equals-
just like
Y equals
interpreting
MXP
graphs.
is not applicable to anything. It's like,
yeah,
it is.
but you should.
It is actually majorly like like
You'll
being
see
able
this like
to
a lot.
interpret data and like just like look at graphs and know what the heck's going on. Like
Yeah.
that's definitely important.
I plan on avoiding statistics, just any stat for the rest of my life.
If it comes up in a job, I'll just quit right away and go find a new one.
Yeah. Because I said this is never gonna serve me, and I intend to keep it that way.
That's a promise I plan on keeping.
Yeah. No, but it's crazy, like, how many people you'll see online, and it is kind of true that if you seek out the frickin' idiots online, you're going to see them, and it's going to be kind of depressing
Yeah.
that people are just, like, so easily, like, manipulated and don't really know what they're talking about. But just, like, how much people think, like, people, like, don't really think, like, evidence for things matter. Or it's just, like, solely based on your personal experience, and that's the only thing that matters. Like it was weird. I saw this thing this argument in the comments of some conservative like post, because I keep my friends close and my enemies closer, so I follow a few conservative accounts, and it was like these two sides talking about COVID, and one was saying it's not a big deal. I haven't met anybody who's died from it or had a severe case, and the other guy was saying it is real because I have met somebody, because my uncle died from it.
That's quite the take to just say it's not real.
Well, I don't know if they're saying it's not real or if it's just like massively overblown, but
Yeah.
either way, it's a little bit stupid. But it was weird that it was like, if that guy's uncle didn't die, he'd probably be on the same page as the other guy. But whether or not his uncle died has nothing to do with whether or not coronavirus at a national level is a problem or not.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my gosh, like,
Well, I mean, if you're in that deep, you probably have to be presented with some pretty like shocking personal evidence that it's real.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna take. But that's kind of crazy that that's what it takes.
right? Is that like, just like, I feel like people often like say like, yeah, you're just throwing a bunch of numbers out or something, like, I don't know, like, yeah, sometimes those are important.
Yeah.
Oftentimes those are very important. But it's weird that, like, I feel like we should friggin' teach people to just
Be rational.
be a little bit more rational in their stuff. Oh, this is freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh, there's this account called, OT's showing this to me. There's this account called Accidentally Left Wing on Twitter, and this guy Charlie Kirk, who's like a conservative commentator, said, I guess, I don't know when this was from, but I guess like cisgender is a term that's relatively recent, probably
Yeah.
within the last 5 years. It's gained popularity.
Okay.
And Charlie Kirk said, I don't know what a cisgender is, but whatever it is, it shouldn't be allowed in front of children.
It's just like the normal gender, like
Yeah.
like the
That's
classics.
freaking funny. It's not really accidentally left wing, but it's like, it's accidentally left wing, like hyperbole, I guess.
It seems like if you're gonna preface something with "I don't know what it is,"
Yeah.
you shouldn't say it.
yeah, don't make any claim about it. Like, I don't know what it is, but it shouldn't be, but yeah, like,
Look, I have
shouldn't make such
no
a
idea
bold
what I'm
claim.
talking about.
yeah.
But
Yeah, like, what if it was like some random like species, like some random scientific name for something? Like, I don't know what a like homogeneous spectrum is, but whatever it is, it's super gross, and I never want to see it ever. Like,
It's disgusting.
it's like, I'm sure it's totally weird, man. Like, it's just like, you don't know what you're talking about, and we got that out of the way in the first sentence. So
I
like,
don't know what a cisgender is.
yeah, let's not continue any further with this line of thought. It's not necessary.
Just
You-
don't put that out on the internet.
Yeah, I saw this thing on Instagram, and it was like this girl saying, I don't get what the problem is. Why can't we just print more money? And it was just like all the comments are just like, it's just like, it was just inflation, like one word, and has like 3,000 likes for the comment.
It was like, yeah, you don't know what
Yeah.
the problem is.
yeah,
Guys,
That's very
Is
evident.
it just me, or do we not know why we can't just print more money?
yeah,
Oh,
No,
it's just
no, it's
you.
it's just you.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. Yep.
yeah. You're probably right.
Right, nailed it right on the
Certainly
head.
Yeah. Although apparently you can just print more money. OT.
True.
No, there is a school of thought called modern monetary theory. I don't know if it's correct or not, but like some economists think like it's like money a lot of times is just like, it's just kind of a number, like it's just digital.
Well, the whole
Yeah, I'm
world
not explaining
uses-
it well.
The whole world uses U.S. dollars, so
Awesome.
We're
Real
kinda
quick,
powerful.
how lucky is that like anywhere
Yeah.
we go, like there's like English is the main language.
Yeah, we're stoked from where
That's
we're from.
freaking really rad.
Yeah, because like even like other super developed countries.
Yeah, they know their
That's-
language
they don't-
and then they know English.
I mean,
also.
I guess
Yeah.
they know
In a lot of
English.
places, it's like part of the curriculum is to like learn English.
Yeah.
But
But
I
not
guess
us.
No.
Well, George, is it unlucky? Because then
No, it's
just
I'm
why
saying
would
it's
that-
lucky.
or lucky. I mean lucky.
Yeah.
Because then they just learn English, and then they just know English, and that's the language.
I think he's
everybody
saying
knows.
it's
lucky
just
for us.
it's easier for us.
It's easy for us.
Oh
when
yeah,
we
I guess.
travel
But
to different
if
countries.
they taught us French since we were like in first grade, it would.
yeah,
it wouldn't
okay,
be like,
sure,
oh, it's
then
so
we
hard.
would know French.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
I wouldn't change much.
You're like an adult now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's called the lingua franca. Learn that in AP Human Geography. That's cringe. Why wouldn't you just? It's just a language everybody uses. It's
Yeah.
a universal language. Lingua franca. Shut up.
Well, then I'm pretty sure the universal language used to be French.
Did it?
Yeah, way back.
That seems.
Oh, so that's
like
why.
how way back.
Like 100 something years ago. I don't know exactly, but
So
like,
I feel like it would still be English.
I'll just look it up.
I think
Sun
it was
sun never
French.
sets on the British Empire.
I guess
You know
it,
what I mean?
but
Wouldn't
it
all those
did,
places
didn't
be?
it already?
Well, I mean, now
Basi-
it sets on the.
Now they just have England pretty much.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy that they just like ruled the world for a bit. It's weird to think about that. Like
yeah,
when we
nothing's
look at
set
the-
in stone. Like
Yeah, when we look
England
at
was
the
the
map
superpower.
now,
Yeah.
it's like, all right, well, we're America. That's cool. We have that locked in, but like we just don't. Like that could change whenever.
yeah,
America.
due to
can s-
any sort of like war.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what if freaking Canada just takes Maine? They just take it. It's ours now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're probably not gonna like go
We're
to
not
bat
gonna.
for
We're not
Maine.
gonna fight for Maine.
Yeah. Like,
I was talking about this like last night. Maine is the most forgotten state.
no.
Yeah. Well,
Really?
what is then?
Wyoming.
No, Wyoming's not the. No, they're not because they're always brought up because everyone thinks
Oh.
they're the
No,
most
Maine
forgotten.
is like friggin'
feel like,
like
yeah, people say Maine,
lobster and like
Maine only
like,
exists
scenery.
in like novel, like fishing in the rain in novels. That's the only time Maine is around.
maybe I'm just skewed by the fact that Dylan Miller would go to Maine every summer, so that's kind of like
Yeah,
played a big part in my didn't play a big part, but played a
played a small part, tiny part.
A very
Yeah, actually,
insignificant
like-
part.
yeah.
Your older brother's friend would go there in the summer.
Yeah. No, I don't, is it forgotten about?
For me it is.
Well, I don't think
It's
I don't
Jake's-
think any of them are just straight up forgotten.
Yeah. It's the state that George forgets
are
the
they?
most.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
the
there's
state that I
51 we
forget
don't
the
know.
most, for sure.
No, the Arkansas. How about that?
That's not bad. That's pretty good.
Wasn't there a meme that would, like there was someone
Wait, are you saying it?
someone saying like Arkansas or like
Yeah,
some
That's what I was gonna.
yeah.
What?
There was
I didn't see the meme, so I think I'm missing a little context.
There's a meme of someone saying, "Why is this one called Kansas and this one is not Arkansas?" And so I
Like
feel like
Arkansas is
they-
pronounced Arkansas, and
Oh, yeah, I think
I think it was someone from a different country and they had like an accent
Oh, right.
and they didn't know the.
Yeah, probably.
I think it's because
that sounds like Native American.
it's Native American, and I'm sure Kansas is too. But I mean, if you're in a different tribe, you don't pronounce things the same. So
Yeah, how Native American words. It'd be cool if we had more like Chumash words around Santa Barbara.
that it would.
yeah.
They have their words sound freaking cool.
I mean, we kind of just like
So boyish.
yeah, no, they do. They freaking do. Like Appalachia,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's freaking just a freaking beautiful word.
Yeah.
Arkansas, Chickasaw, sort of a distant cousin of Arkansas.
What's Chickasaw?
As just a band, like a tribe.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Distant cousins, though, with Arkansas.
With the state.
Arkansas,
With the state of
how it works
Arkansas.
actually is Arkansas has a sister who had a kid,
It's
Yeah,
Kansas.
and that's
Kansas.
Chickasaw.
Kansas's
and
kid is
that is
Chickasaw.
yeah.
The entire
Arkansas's
the entire
sisters.
population of Arkansas has one sister who has a kid named
Yeah.
Chickasaw.
Yeah. That would actually be like your aunt, but whatever. Don't care.
What?
Made the joke.
Arkansas's dad has a sister, and that
Yeah.
sister's kid is Chickasaw.
Oh,
Boom.
Yeah.
George, that's so interesting how that works like that.
That's the family tree.
Wow.
It's when people get all technical about what a second cousin is and a cousin once removed and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
I'm big on
cousin.
that. I'll get
I'm-
technical if you
You
want.
Yeah,
will?
that's facts.
No, I'm out.
that
I'm
makes
gone.
sense. I could.
Kiss my ass
Wait,
goodbye.
like I'm not gonna be like annoyed. Well, maybe you think that no one can't be annoying about it. But
Yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
what context would it? What if it's just like a reasonable context? Like someone says like, "Oh, she's like my cousin's uncle. What is that?" And then I just say this. "Oh, cousin once removed." And
is that what a cousin's
Yeah.
uncle is?
It's not. I was just saying words.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. I don't know.
What about that?
But you could see how someone could get annoyingly technical about like second cousin twice
Yep.
removed.
I think it's
Yeah.
annoying though if they prompt it themselves.
Yeah.
If someone else is like, "Oh, is that on like is it your like mom's sister or something?" And you're like, "Oh, it's like my mom's cousin."
Yeah, but
But like we just say aunt.
Yeah.
You know
well,
what I
this
mean?
happens with Tina a lot because her family's kind of like complicated. Not like
like her family tree is.
her family tree is complicated. It's There's not. I'm not saying there's like weird stuff going on with her family. I'm sure they're fine. But like Daxton is this kid who goes to my school, and that's Tina's cousin, but it's not. Like they're actually different generations, which is weird.
That's
so I'll bring
weird.
it up in that context where Tina will be like, I don't know, it's just like it's my Daxton's. That's my mom's nephew, my mom's niece's kid.
Yeah, okay, that's the way to go about it. That's respect to Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get all like you ever watch the movie Polar Express?
I did, but
Yes.
I was so young. The only thing I remember is that there was a kid in his pajamas at one
Yeah,
point.
the kid in yellow with
You're,
the glasses.
you're quoting a child movie,
Wow,
which
I'm
is just
bored.
falling into your boyish nature.
Well, we watched it last night.
Oh, that'll do it.
But there's a kid in the yellow pajamas who has the glasses and like knows all about the trains. That's the kid. That's the kind of person who would get annoying about knowing family trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not technically a second cousin because like that.
Just something
I don't know
around-
anymore to
Yeah.
take that joke farther.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, George doesn't.
That-
George is so was adamant about not learning these
Yeah.
things that he can't continue the joke.
Yeah.
George, have you met any of your like extended? Have any of you guys met your like very extended family?
We had like a family reunion in Canada a while ago. Not that long ago, like 2 years ago, and there was like a good amount of on my dad's side, like a lot of family there, and that was pretty cool. There are a lot of like NHL players, which is rad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my mom's side, we know a lot of extended family because when she was 3, her dad died, and so she would go to a lot of like her mom's cousins' houses and stuff like
Oh, right.
that for like the day. You know
And
what I
then
mean? So
for you, that's pretty extended.
and then for me, it just kept growing.
yeah.
So
That's
I
crazy.
yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. So I know a lot of, but
I've
we
a-
call most of them just cousins.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Or like uncles or aunts.
Kind of just a catch-all
Yeah.
for.
I have a good amount of first cousins. I have 30
my
first cousins.
God.
What?
That's insane.
Wait, how many siblings do?
What are we talking
your
about?
My
parents have?
dad's one of 7 and my mom's
Mm.
one of 6.
Yeah,
Wow.
that'll do it for sure.
That'll do it.
So do you feel less close with them because there's so many? Are they pretty much? They're just like functionally second cousins because there's so many of them.
No, I know most of them. Like I know most of them pretty well. Like a few of them are like a lot older than me. Like they're probably like in their 30s now.
Yeah.
So I don't know them super well, but I still like if I saw them, I would like have like a comfortable conversation with them for sure.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think it'd be cool if like if all your cousins like lived in the same town and you were like
Yeah.
like friends with them.
Yeah.
That's like my buddy Jesse. His road is like half the road is just his family.
Oh, that's
like in
cool.
different
That's
houses,
cool.
like his cousins and stuff.
That
and, like,
is
his
cool.
grandpa and yeah.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, it's super cool. They'll just like walk across the street and like right across the street from him is like his cousin. They like hang out all the time.
Is that Max?
That is Max.
What's
you,
up, Max?
He's a Peabody guy.
Yeah, Max. If you're listening,
Max
bring
who?
your car on the podcast.
Max Gould.
Oh, he's in OT's grade.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peabody guy.
Tell him to bring his car on the podcast.
What?
We'd love he's like some like racing car or something.
He's a car guy.
To use
Yeah.
the technical term.
We'll interview his car on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of car is it?
It's like
No, we won't dox him. We won't dox him.
Is that doxing him?
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is.
Because
but-
if they know, if they,
license plate?
yeah. No, if they know what type of car it is, then they could go around
Already
Santa
said-
Barbara, perusing Santa Barbara, looking for a car that matches the description, and then
well,
they know
I
his
have no
address.
idea what kind of car.
I already
it is, but
said his full name.
Yeah, but full name doesn't do it. You need car. You need car model.
You need type, yeah, car
Need a
model.
loose description of the car from like one of his friends' friends.
I know this guy's social security number, but I can't rob him because I just don't have his car.
Can't do anything with that information if I don't have a pretty
know what-
vague description of his
Don't know what
car.
the interior material of his car is, so it's gonna be really rough.
Yeah. Yeah, bring your car on the podcast. We'll ask it some questions.
The great thing is I know he's listening right now.
Oh, he
Oh, nice.
loves the show.
What's up?
What's up?
How you doing?
We should send this to him. Tell Jesse to send this to him. See
I
if
could do
he
that.
see if he's
I could
thanking
do
his lucky stars that we didn't dox him. Probably.
He'll be
Should be.
praying.
If he's got any sense
If
about
he's
him.
not, we will dox him on the next one. If Jesse doesn't come back,
If he
with
shows a
news-
lack of gratitude,
yeah,
then I don't care.
his car's getting exposed.
yeah.
He'd be so screwed if that happened to him. Oh my
God,
yeah.
Is that too mean?
Yeah.
That'd
we
be the
really
end
have
of him.
all the power.
Yeah. That'd be the end of him. That's freaking cool. All my family lives in England, so we're kind
Oh
of
my god.
I don't think does any of your family live in England?
no, most of them, George. Just from a purely numbers standpoint.
Okay, but like semi-close family.
Are we talking numbers or closeness? It depends which standpoint. Purely numbers or purely closeness?
Closeness is
purely
far more
closeness.
important than just numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to grant that.
But okay, well then whatever. Purely close.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's what I said. was
Yeah.
purely closeness.
Yeah.
yeah. All my first cousins live here.
All right. Well, there you
My
go.
grandparents
I think,
used to live in England, and some of my second cousins live.
but now they live here.
Yeah, but they're English, George. Don't
No, okay,
don't
so now
take
they
that
live
away
here.
from me.
So you're more American than English, extended family line.
Don't take that away from me, George. I'm also an eighth Jewish. Bet you didn't know that. If I,
I
hadn't-
did,
I
you
bet you
told-
didn't. I bet you wouldn't have known that if I didn't tell
I
you.
think that's been on 3
I
separate
think that's
podcasts at
a
this point.
statement that could go for a lot of things.
What does
Yeah.
that mean? What do you mean?
I bet you wouldn't know that if I didn't tell you.
Oh yeah.
So
I was kind of
boom.
thinking. I thought about that a long time ago. Like, what would you learn if you weren't taught anything? Like, what
Oh, if you
conclusions
just had to,
would
like,
you come
yeah.
to? If you just had to kind of like navigate the world.
I think more than you would expect.
I think less than you would expect.
How much do
Like,
you
how would-
expect to learn?
What do I know? How do I know what a tree is, or like that
Well,
watering plants makes them grow, or like that? I don't know. Like,
Okay, well, just knowing
Just
what things
so
are
much
is
stuff.
different. I think
Yeah,
it's different.
you know what a
than-
tree is because you just look and say, "Oh, what's that?"
You don't have to call it a tree.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
okay, but like
Watering
like
plants, I would
gravity.
understand.
Like you wouldn't know you wouldn't know what a cloud is. You wouldn't know why a cloud is a thing,
Yeah.
or like
I
or
wouldn't be
what it
too-
even is,
I
or
probably
what is
wouldn't-
beyond the sky. Like you
Yeah.
just wouldn't know anything.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be too worried about that if I was just alone in the.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
you have
yeah, you
bigger
wouldn't be
issues
worried
at
about
that
it.
point.
That's the thing. I think that's what you're
the
saying.
reason we know
you just-
that is because we've solved all our other issues.
Well, that's what makes it so freaking impressive that someone found that out
yeah.
on their own.
Yeah. Finding something out for the first time.
That's
awesome.
insane.
That's heavy.
That
Yeah.
you have to be like a genius, like otherworldly levels of genius. Like, well,
Near to the level of Neil deGrasse
Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse.
Yeah.
Well, it depends what the thing is.
no, it almost doesn't. If you find out what a virus is before people know what viruses are, dude,
Yeah.
have
well,
my
But that's a
kids.
dope thing. What if
Have
you
my
just what if
children.
you just find out like about like a visor?
What?
What if you just like invent something that's like kind of cool?
Yeah.
Wait.
What if you do that?
Like you just like you
different.
discovered it.
Oh yeah, if you make like a.
So it depends on what the thing is.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess, but like if you discover anything scientific.
Sure. Yeah. Well, those are all probably pretty impressive things. So they're
Yeah,
probably pretty
but,
impressive
like,
discoveries.
Who freaking like discovered like how plants work? That photosynthesis is a thing.
Yeah.
That physics is a thing. That like energy is transferred from things.
Yeah.
That's so. I don't get what energy is. Also, I don't know what it is. Like I know how to solve
It's
physics
ATP.
things
You
with it.
cash in ATP. That's number one in high school. You gotta cash in ATP. That's the only way they ever say it.
Yeah. You're putting a down payment of ATP down in exchange for energy. No, do you know what energy is like at a conceptual level?
No.
I don't.
What is it? OT, do you know what it is?
I mean, I think on a deep level, like nobody really knows.
That's insane. Why? That's
That could
really
be
crazy.
completely wrong, but I feel like I've heard.
We don't. I'm assuming that we don't know why positive and negative attracts because why would we know? How would we know that? Right?
I think
Like-
it's electrons.
Opposites attract.
No.
Opposite attraction.
But
you ever
that's
see a tall guy and a
so-
short girl? There you go. You know, you-
No, Kevin Hart and Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Exactly.
yeah.
That is why
They're
opposites
defying
attract.
all the
Yeah.
odds. They didn't know about opposites attract until
And
Kevin Hart and
Until
The
they
Rock.
said
That's
that
when
Kevin
we
Hart
learned
and The
about-
Rock
They
were
said, "Hey, what
friends.
are they doing together?"
they discovered magnets.
Wait, one of them's big and one of them's small. What's up with that? That's kind of weird.
Do opposites attract?
No.
No, but,
Maybe.
George, like, isn't electrons? No, that doesn't count.
I just said the word electrons.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm not trying to make any like.
But isn't that
assertions
crazy?
here.
That
Yeah,
is
that's
a
crazy.
universal thing
Yeah, that's just
that
not
happens, and
Yeah.
it's just like we don't know why.
Yeah,
But
It'd
that's
be-
just like a lot of things. I feel like.
That those are all. That's also crazy. That's the
Yeah.
more things I find out about that are fundamental that we don't know really about.
Yeah.
That the more crazy it gets.
yeah, that is wild.
Essentially, a lot of science is just very faith-based. At its core, just believing that energy is like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
but
like
you can see energy.
it depends in what sense you mean
You can
faith
like you can.
Yeah.
Because
you
it's
can-
like they know that energy is a thing, or at least what we observe. There is something that exists that
That's
we
true.
kind of interpret as energy. But yeah, it is sort of. I don't know if it's faith based, but just sort of like totally speculative.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably a better way of
Like
saying it.
I don't
but
like what's energy. Don't know, but we know that it does
Game-
some
It
stuff.
just is a thing.
Yeah.
we gave it a name, and so now it's a thing.
Yeah.
But we don't have no idea what it does, what it's all about.
Isn't it technically like the flow of electrons or something? Isn't that?
No, well, that's
I
a
guess it means
that's
different things in
electricity.
different contexts.
Yeah.
Like we know what it is insofar as we can use it to describe physical things happening,
Yeah.
and we can predict things.
maybe
based on
energy
things.
isn't really a thing. I think about that in numbers, or in terms of like numbers. Like we just invented those.
Yeah.
But they work out so nicely. They're so useful.
Well, and
Well, they work out so nicely because we made them work out so nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people creating like some sort of theorem that solves like the area of a circle. Like whoever created that, that's kind of insane.
That's
Well,
wild.
a
Here's
weird thing is like numbers don't work out so nicely. In
Yeah,
electronics.
exactly.
Yeah, no.
Like
Here's
pi, like that's a pretty simple thing. It's like the ratio of
Yeah.
and
like
that number is
radius to
just
the
ugly.
circumference.
That's
just
just
like-
a stupid number.
Yeah, and it goes on forever. Like our number system kind of sucks in that way.
Here's my theory of everything. Logic is like numbers in that way, where it seems cool and it's totally useful, like sort of like internally, but when you like question, when you get to like down to like fundamental things, it's not, it doesn't work because we just invented it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
Like if you're thinking about like, oh, this is what it is. Like you don't know that you can like trust your senses. Like in order to have logic, you have to buy into some things. Like I
Yeah.
see things and that's real.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you break it down further than that, it's like
Yeah. How do you know what you're seeing is real? I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
yeah, which is crazy. This is why George, you're an atheist, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is why-
I'm probably, if there was like atheist and agnostic, I'm probably in the middle.
Tiptoeing the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I keep an open mind. I'm not really religious, but I keep an open mind about it, and here's why. Because there's just freaking an insane amount of stuff
That we have no
that
idea about.
super important stuff, like about like our creation, that we just don't know.
Yeah, in like a million years, they could be like, what was all this science stuff? Like they just made it up, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but-
it's how a lot of atheists would view like religious things is like, oh, they just
Yeah.
made it up. This
'Cause,
is just
like-
a much more like complex world.
yeah.
But
What
it's
if?
Yeah.
all it all just came from
What if-
people saying that's what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what if in a
that's
million years our like view of the universe has changed so dramatically that like science isn't applicable anymore?
Yeah.
And it's just like it sounds crazy, but it's like it's just it's changed in ways that we can't fathom.
Yeah,
right
but
now.
that's totally valid. Like,
yeah.
It's possible. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea, but it just, to me, it feels more likely that there is no God. But
But
if-
who are you? I mean,
No.
yeah, that's fine.
No,
but
I-
also, who are you?
No,
dude?
exactly. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
gonna say there might be. I feel like if there is though, I feel less comfortable saying that there is like. I feel more comfortable saying that like a higher power exists than like saying that okay, like the Christian God exists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
just being
No, that's-
agnostic.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Well, I'm kind of in that same boat too. Like, a lot of religions say God exists. Like, why is Christianity the correct one? I don't really
Because
know.
they freaking came here and like took over places.
Well,
It-
right, yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is like, it's just another religion, and this is what I think. If there is a God, it's that like all these religions are just interpreting this God or like the spiritual element of things through the like context and experience of their existence.
Yeah.
So like
Mhm.
Christians just interpret it that way because of how they were brought up, and then like you know, I don't who's not like Japanese. I don't know. I don't think there's Christianity there in Japan.
Probably not as much,
Probably not as much. They just experience the same spirituality,
but in a
but
different,
totally
from a
different.
different perspective.
but
you-
like they're not like wrong.
Yeah. Where are you on that, Ben?
I mean, I think I'd like to think there's a higher power. Like, why? It's
Yeah.
kind of like why not, but like
Yeah, it'd be definitely cool.
it's like I would rather just. I'm probably gonna believe like, yeah, that would be pretty cool if there's. I think Ashton's right that there's definitely not like one right answer
Mm-hmm.
to like a certain faith. Probably.
Yeah. Which that's kind of like. That's kind of. I don't know if I can't. It's hard for me to buy into any religion. Because
Yeah,
it's sort of just
fully.
like I can get behind like the message of this, that there's a God and it's possible that he's like super good. It's possible that he's like the most powerful dude ever.
It just sounds
But
like you're
just-
agnostic.
Yeah, I guess
It's
I'm agnostic with, and here's my description of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird to me that sometimes like people will be like Christian their whole lives and then like marry a Jewish person and now they're just Jewish. It's like, okay, well, you weren't that sure of your faith.
That just seems more like some people are just like raised that way, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like if you're like raised Jewish but you're not like practicing it, but you are like Jewish, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Kind of like Ashton.
Ashton-
Sort of like
Ashton.
me.
Sort of like an
Actually,
eighth of Ashton.
exactly like me.
Yeah.
Identical to Ashton.
Yeah. No, I'm an eighth Jewish, and when I found that out, I was hyped. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Good
That
choice
is
of
cool.
words. You could have said something bad there.
Yeah. There's a lot of things. Yeah. I mean, there's many words that
Chose
that's
a good-
correct. I mean, the sentiment behind what I was saying is not bad, but if I thought a different thing, I could have said a different thing. George,
Stop.
do you respect me more because I'm an eighth Jewish?
No, I respected you already, and I still respect you.
I respect myself more.
I would say I respect you more.
Okay. Nice.
Is that would you like me to? 'Cause-
Yeah, I deserve a little more respect.
I feel like OT doesn't flaunt this as much as you.
Yeah.
Which makes me respect him even more.
Yeah, I thought
you were Oh.
joking.
No, mom found out because my mom's dad.
the dad.
My mom's dad.
The technical term being your grandpa.
Yeah, well,
But
yeah.
George doesn't like that. Just
Technically.
say your mom's dad.
yeah. Yeah, that's
You
too far.
bastard.
It's too advanced for George.
Not at this house.
George is
saying
like he's like super insecure. He's actually just super insecure about his lack of
'Cause I don't
knowledge
know
of
about
like, the nomenclature.
No, I know about grandpas. I just don't like the. I'm just. It's just not my thing. Okay, God.
Yeah. Well, the reason I don't say he is my grandpa, but I don't know him, and my mom knows him, but he was not around for my mom's childhood. And so they didn't really like my dad. They friggin' know their lineage.
Yeah.
English.
It's not the case. Yeah,
Or-
English, straight up English.
so
Straight up.
That's not the case for my mom. Apparently, they found out that I think my mom's grandmother was fully Jewish.
So you're not definitely an eighth Jewish.
Well,
I
mean,
think
seems like
apparently
very
they might have
speculative.
found out my mom's grandma was maybe.
no. They definitely found out that someone was 100% Jewish, and it was either like grandma or grandpa.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
That's,
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Nice.
So yes, cha-ching.
Bingo.
That's
Yeah.
going on college apps
Ayo.
right there.
Yeah, no, I don't. And if you're Jewish, I don't mean to make your whole thing a trend. I fear it may be too late. But
With the popularity of this podcast,
yeah. There's going to be many just statistically speaking, there will be many Jewish people.
there's
who
going to be a
listen
big
this.
spike.
Yeah.
Jewishness.
No, I don't
Of
know.
people
Well, I'm an
claiming their
eighth.
eighths.
Yeah.
Here it is. I'm an eighth Jewish, and that's all I claim to be. You know, I'm not claiming to be something I'm not. So,
So boom.
F off, you know?
Yeah.
ACLU. What is it? ADL? Anti-Defamation League. I think they like fight against anti-Semitism. They're good though. Don't want to stick it to them too much.
Yeah. Why are we telling them
Only
that?
if they come after me. Only if they come after me.
Why
But
would
in
they
general,
come after
they're an
you?
amazing organization. You do great work. You do truly.
Yeah.
Because
There's no
I don't
reason
know.
to
They're
come
hot on
after
his
you.
tail as we speak.
F off, guys.
There's a lot of organizations that I would theoretically not like if they were to come after me.
Yeah.
I would hate Google if they just decided to come after me.
They decided
Just
to
seems
not like me.
unlikely.
If Apple started to just really come after me, they'd be the worst.
Yeah.
These guys would suck so much.
Anti-Semitism is, unironically though, it's obviously terrible, but it's so weird too.
Yeah, it just doesn't
Yeah.
make it just doesn't make sense. I guess all
Yeah, well,
all
that's
the
just.
isms don't really make any
Yeah,
sense.
they all, but like,
I think we're all saying that just the concept of not liking someone because they're
Yeah.
different is not
but I think like,
making too much sense.
but like, in America, I understand. It makes sense to me that people are racist because of our past as a country, you know, with slavery and everything.
Yeah.
And just that kind of being ingrained in the culture. Anti-Semitism doesn't, because I feel like that's, at least in America, it's not so much a part of the culture. So it's like, why do you just think that now? Why did you just like get taught that and you're like, oh, this is good stuff? Like,
That'd be weird to be like being taught in school, and they're like saying like this is what happened, like,
Yeah.
this is why it's bad, and you're like, that's kind of cool. I can get on board with that.
yeah.
You know, everyone's saying, "Oh, this anti-Semitism stuff's so bad,"
Yeah.
but
Is it like a rebellious thing?
Yeah,
You can't tell me what.
it's just a phase, guys.
Yeah, no, that's seriously weird. Like, if something is not like beat into your skull, something like that is not like beat into your skull from like a young age, just like friggin' that's what you learned. How do you just like become that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
it's
you
almost
getting
like
into that?
impossible just to come up with that. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, I hate these guys. Just do.
These guys don't like them.
Not
Hate
a
'em,
fan.
actually.
Yeah, and like anti-Semit, it's like so conspiratorial too.
Well, that just stemmed from just because Germany was going through a lot of economic struggles and just found a scapegoat.
yeah, but
It could have
anti-Semitism
been.
was
It
a
could have
thing
been anyone. Yeah, I mean it probably was but
before.
to a much lesser degree.
I don't think so.
It's
You
been
don't
it's
think
been
so?
pretty
It's
prevalent
been-
throughout
it's been
history.
pretty
Oh,
insane. Like,
actually, you're very right.
They're kind of like the always
Yeah.
scapegoats.
Yeah.
Like if anyone's ever in trouble, they're like, "Ooh,
Well, maybe that's
there's
why
some
though.
Jews around."
Maybe someone scapegoated them, and then everyone else was like, "It's happened to them before."
Yeah,
yeah, they can handle it. No,
guys, we don't mean that.
yeah, that's a joke, and I'm not gonna say. Can I say that anymore?
The
I just
ADL
expect
better
you to
get
know.
off our ass.
I
What's their
expect
name?
Yeah, ACLU.
No,
No, it's the ADL. I was right. ACLU is a different thing. They're
What is
about
that?
KCLU is NPR Public Radio for California Southern Coast.
ACLU is like
Thank
the
God.
ADL, but for
Associated Civil Liberties Union or something.
ACLU is for black people. I think
Mm.
Okay.
they fight for black people.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
think they fight for like
Everybody.
constitutional rights and like criminal justice a lot.
Yeah.
Respect to those guys. They sound like definitely a
Big
cool group of
respect.
dudes.
Yeah.
And women.
So did the ADLU, but
Yeah.
I guess if they're coming after us,
No, yeah, like anti-Semitism is super conspiratorial, and it's just like, it's sort of like, dude, you just sound like an idiot. Like, like you think like Jewish people like control the money? Oh, you're just like stupid. Like, not only are you just like prejudiced, but you're actually stupid also.
those are the kids who had a vendetta against learning how to read statistics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because not only are you just discrediting a culture, you just also don't know the actual truth about what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. It's not just a prejudice.
And they
it's-
refuse to
yeah.
to read
It's
it.
also that
I
you're
don't know what all
super
this
easily-
Jewishness is about, but no one better let that near my kids. Essentially, that tweet.
Yeah.
But substitute cisgender for Jewish.
George, that's gonna get clipped. That's gonna get clipped out of context. That's actually
George
that would be
is
super funny if that was how someone expressed their anti-Semitism.
George is really boyish, but he's also kind of anti-Semitic.
I'm both boyish and extraordinarily prejudiced.
It's quite the combo.
It's a
Yeah.
fun mix.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're anti-Semitic,
Stay away from this podcast so
or
far.
come on the podcast
Oh,
and we'll own you.
Yeah. We'll give you third-degree burns in your brain.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I would.
That could be cool. You guys should get like controversial people on.
Who do we know though? It's like
That's controversial.
Williams.
Oh,
maybe we'll cut that.
just dropping names.
Yeah.
He's not gonna listen, but maybe someone from Bishop will.
Yeah. All right. We'll cut that.
Or maybe we won't. Luke, you're a conservative. That's not. I don't know.
It's not that bad.
You just disagree with us. You're just
Yeah.
controversial
So
in that
just
sense.
do
you're
that
not.
then.
You're not like controversial. Let's just clarify, Luke. Buddy, listen to me. You should sit down for this. You're not a controversial figure. We just disagree with you. Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
Good for you, Luke.
All right.
No, but
I
that
don't
would
know
honestly
this guy.
be kind of interesting. Like someone who's anti-Semitic comes on here and like I would want to know their legit reasoning.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
what-
It seems
but
I
interesting.
think the
I don't think
reason
it's
is
very deep.
yeah.
No.
I think the
You
reason
would-
is
you would
there's
be-
not really good reasoning.
You would
I-
be thoroughly
yeah, no,
disappointed.
I know, but I would want to
Right,
hear.
yeah, just-
But
just
also,
for the
I don't.
sake
I
of-
feel like it probably wouldn't be great to like
No, I know.
platform
Yeah,
that.
give an anti-Semitic
yeah.
person a platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely with you. Like, what's up with that?
But yeah, maybe we should we get someone on that?
Would you be will? It probably wouldn't be as funny. Would you be willing to just have like a real
Maybe.
Yeah,
real
That might be
sit
cool.
down?
I feel like you'd do most of. I'd feel a little out of my depth because I don't really.
It would be them having
But-
a very serious conversation, and then you would just like chime in with one-liners every once in a while.
Yeah.
That didn't land.
But
because
George,
they were in
I'd
a
wanna
completely
see-
different mood.
I'd want to see what you guys think too, because if we have some, I don't know, some conservative on, and it's like they're saying conservative things, it's just like, yeah, like what's your guys? If you disagree with it, tell us why.
Yeah, I don't really have strong opinions on like political.
I think most of mine is just
Subjects.
general reasoning about, or just like mine's just like morally what I think's right and wrong,
Yeah.
which I guess is what most like.
Yeah.
That's
your
what
view-
that's what
your
everybody
views are.
says they are, but I think yours is probably that actually to a higher degree than people who are pretty partisan.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not like extremely into politics.
Yeah.
yeah,
I asked Ben Shapiro a question at a Q&A.
yeah, he
Was
did.
it awesome? Did he destroy you?
He destroyed me with facts and logic.
No.
Was that a great honor?
Here, tell the story. Tell the
Are-
story.
are
I'm
you-
shifting the mic.
This is just a very small side question. Are you heard when you just talk off to the side?
I'm kind of heard.
He's heard in the way that a producer is heard.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like,
sort
have
of
you ever-
it's not
But
ideal.
would a listener hear him?
Oh,
say
they'll
that?
hear it. They'll
Okay,
hear it.
okay.
It won't be as crystal clear. It'll sound like it's in the background.
But it's
Okay.
not supposed to be.
Yeah. Let me move around here just so I can. Here, you want to put these on?
Sure.
This should be kept in. The
Oh, we're
switch.
keeping this.
We're keeping all this.
Sup, OT.
So I asked Ben. Shapiro.
Welcome to the show, Oliver.
Thank you. I asked Ben Shapiro a question at a Q&A at LMU.
Loyola Marymount University.
Yeah, there's a clip of it on YouTube. It's got like
It is, yeah.
it's got like 150,000 views. Well,
Really?
not that
Look at
clip.
you.
It's part of like a 1 hour like.
Yeah.
Is the title Epic College Student Destroys Ben Shapiro in front of millions? Ben Shapiro cries.
No, I wish. I didn't know that we were allowed a follow-up question.
Oh,
So I didn't ask a follow-up question, but I should have. So my question was about like it sort of takes a little explaining, but we can do it.
yeah, whatever.
The question was, so Ben Shapiro's line of argument that I've heard of when it comes to universal healthcare is that it works in the sort of northern European countries because they're smaller in population. They're more culturally and ethnically homogenous.
Big word.
And so that's why their healthcare system works better. And my question was like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why do those things mean that they can have universal healthcare but we can't? So I asked him that, and he said that their healthcare system is cheaper. This was his answer: was that their healthcare system is cheaper because they're more healthy. That's what he meant by cultural homogeneity. Is like they're more healthy. And that their country's smaller, so they have less people to cover.
And
So-
also,
So it's cheaper.
he said that the ethnically homogenous thing, he didn't really. I watched the clip, and he didn't. To my recollection, he didn't really make an argument. He just said this. Different ethnicities get different get different health problems at different rates. So black people have heart disease more. That's not racist. That's just science.
Classic.
I think he's always like, a lot of people like that are like they always love to say things that like could be interpreted as or just like racially tinged, but then they love to say it's not racist at all.
They're like comedians.
Yeah.
They love to say how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
So
I'm gonna get canceled for this.
he didn't really answer my question in that like that's an explanation why their healthcare system is more efficient than ours, but any healthcare system they have is going to be more efficient than ours. So it's not really a point against universal healthcare, right? Like if we have their system, it's going to be more expensive than theirs, but
We probably have more money.
yeah, well, we have more money because we have more people too. So it's like it doesn't really make sense to say, oh, it's cheaper because they have less people. When it's like, okay, but
Nice.
Yeah.
they got more people paying in as well. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's
So he cried.
That's
And
an epic poem.
That's when he cried.
you pwned him.
That's when he broke down in tears.
he held your hand out and you put your finger on his palm and said, "I just pushed the pwn button." You got pwned.
It was funny though, sitting because like we got there early, and there was like a big line and stuff, and just like looking at the people in line because most of them were Ben Shapiro fans
Yeah.
at LMU, because it's a fairly conservative school, it's like a Catholic Jesuit school, so it was just kind of funny seeing the people in line, what the Ben Shapiro fans look like. At like one guy, I guess he was a student, but he looked like he was like 40, and he was wearing like these like baggy jeans and a graphic T-shirt. Like it was just kind of exactly who you'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandpa played football at LMU.
Really?
Fun little fact. Yeah. He was on like this like big poster that
He
we have
was-
in our house now. He was a linebacker.
Oh,
He was a
wow.
linebacker and a blacksmith also, I bet.
Any specific reason?
Just
Old-
because everybody was.
Old football players were always doing different
Well,
trades.
LMU doesn't even have a football team anymore.
Do they not?
No,
I didn't even know that.
that must have gone away at some
Yeah,
point.
way back in the
He must
day.
have destroyed their program.
He was so
He
good.
must have driven it into the ground.
Was he
Or
had
into the-
cancer in the locker room? You know?
He was the olden day Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
So it just okay. So he's really good, but
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, he was phenomenal.
Insane.
As far as I know, I have no idea. No game film, no nothing. But he was on
Related
a
to you,
poster,
so
and
probably
he was
insane.
related to me. So
All right. Well, that's
It
an hour and a
stands to
half
reason.
of solid podcasting. If you stayed this far, you probably didn't. 'Cause
it
you
stands
stayed
to
this
reason
far-
you're not here.
No, you didn't. We're talking to nobody.
you're lying to yourself.
I'll,
If you
I'll
heard
listen
that-
this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll have 4
okay.
people listening.
Anyone
to this.
who's not here, and if you're listening this far, you're probably.
Do you
not.
have? I know you're trying to close it up, but I do have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you have like a consistent? Do you know who your viewers are?
No, there's
No.
so many. There's so many.
well, I
many
bet
to
we
count.
could know, but it would take 3 to 4 hours to even read the whole list.
What's like your average viewing?
Well,
It's like 40
average is a
views
funny
per-
thing because we started off, our first episode got like in the 200s, which was like, all right, that's
Start off
pretty
hot.
cool.
Yeah.
And since then, we've been through the floor.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
steep, downward
So,
angle.
but there's probably some like just people who have stumbled upon it.
Whoever drew.
That's kind of
Mm.
cool,
was-
right?
who was-
Drew?
No,
Drew
you don't
Kirk?
think so?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Drew Kirk.
Even on that first one that had like 200, you don't think there was anyone who just?
Probably a lot of people just from our Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. But you never
I
know.
wonder who they are.
Does that mean a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't like it? Probably.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Or
All right.
maybe, I bet,
I think there's just like, I don't know. People don't stick with things as much.
yeah.
It's not that they didn't like it. They were
They
just
probably
like,
gave it a
I'm not
try.
really a podcast person, but I listened to the first one because I know them.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really
They
expecting.
actually secretly loved it, but they hated themselves for it.
They hated the
No.
name.
I would like to
And
know
with
if
this
there's
with this
any,
rebuild, it's
Yeah.
coming back.
if there's any like viewers who I wouldn't expect. who
Yeah,
are,
I bet
like,
there are.
listeners.
That's
that'd be
cool.
That'd be fun to know. If you think you're that, comment
Every
down below.
single
Maybe we
person
should
should
like
comment their
put
name.
this at the beginning. Just like, hey.
Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone should comment their name and their model of car.
Yeah.
Then we can find them in the streets.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, we should
Di-
put this in the beginning because we like to get loosey goosey at the end, but it.
And we're
'cause-
s-
Well,
It's
but
so
I
fun.
remember hearing one, and I didn't comment. Even though I heard that I was supposed to comment something.
That was the one that Drew commented, probably. 'cause we
No,
said,
there was no comments on it. I don't
So
think.
that's why our
Oh.
viewership has gone down drastically, James. Okay.
So it's on you, I guess. You're
Yeah.
not helping us with the algorithm.
Yeah,
no, the
that's
algo's broken. Algo's a crap.
in this economy.
Crap a Jeep.
My God.
Hunk of
Yeah.
crud.
We got to get our viral TikTok marketing down.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
what
post-
we're gonna
you guys
do for
post a few
visual.
dances on there. My God, it's through the roof.
Mm.
Well, we have to post funny podcast moment clips.
Oh, that could
Well,
actually work.
We don't know what the visual stimulation will be.
Yeah.
Maybe just
it
like
would
bright
be you
flashing
dancing.
lights.
Just to sort of satisfy our primal urge for visual stimulation.
What if we did what like you know how like I'm not exactly sure how TikTok works, but don't you like dance to it slowly and then it like goes fast?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do dances.
Yeah, we're
though.
not.
No, but I'm saying what if we did like a podcast and we mouthed it slowly?
Oh.
That could be good.
Well, I don't know if it'd be good, but I think conceptually I thought
It'd
it was
be
funny.
good for TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe we could make that sort of funny, where you play the sound and then we're mouthing it, but we're mouthing it badly.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Or
funny.
different
Yeah.
people are
Maybe
mouthing
that'd just
different
be
parts.
Yeah, yeah.
confusing, though.
Yeah, maybe some people would
No,
just
I
think,
don't
oh,
think
these
it
guys
would
are very
be.
good at editing.
Yeah.
It's,
They didn't put a lot of time into
This is
this.
kind of
you-
weird.
I
Or
think
maybe
it would
no.
be
Do
funny.
you know that one where
You're
it's
just like looking at the camera, it's just filming you, and you're just doing your thing, and it's just like a talking head.
yeah.
We all just do it like a second off. So it's just like really annoying.
Yeah.
Just feels like your Wi-Fi's not that good.
Yeah. We even put in like a little like loading thing or like
Yeah.
a Wi-Fi down.
That would get views through the roof,
That
guys.
through the GD roof. But we have plans in the making to migrate to Spotify and
That'd be cool.
Apple Podcasts.
That would make it. I was telling George this. I listened to 2 of them on my drive home from San Diego. I listened to one with you and Emma, and I listened to the one with your father,
Mm-hmm.
Art. That is, because they
And-
won't know who I'm pointing at.
Yeah.
But it was a bummer because I needed to maps, but it was on YouTube.
Yeah.
So Spotify will certainly help
Yeah.
me listen to it
Yeah.
just
And we
whenever.
we have the SSH capabilities to make
Well,
that.
actually, George, let me stop you right there. We're one HRC drive away from being Spotify positive, you know?
We've tested positive for Spotify.
Really, what we're waiting on is the artwork.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
I found a sick new font though. I gotta show you.
Is
That'd
it
be cool.
dope?
Oh, I have a cool font.
And-
I saved a TikTok about how to get cool fonts on Photoshop, so gonna
And
have
for
to
the
pull rank here.
with the new name.
Yeah.
What if we
we didn't really.
Yeah,
mark
you
it.
did not bring that up well enough.
I did. I talked about
Like
it. Maybe
a
not well
little
enough.
bit.
All right, yeah. Well, it's called the gift of gab. Okay, get out of your brain.
Comment. I love the gift of gab.
That's
Or I don't know if I'm
G-A-B
in the position to ask for the comment.
GIFT.
You are.
but- Okay.
Wait, THEGIFT.
One word, all caps. The gift
Yeah.
of gab.
With spaces between every letter. So
Nope.
you have to.
Nope.
Yeah, so you have to
Well,
re-hit the caps button on your keyboard.
Those
if you're
who
on
aren't
an
listening
iPhone.
to the
No,
end
you
will
can
put a
double tap it.
space.
You can
No,
double
but-
tap it to lock it.
Okay, that's yeah. All right.
Shut up.
Just do that then. Well, that's
that
even
note.
better.
How dare you?
Longest podcast ever.
Longest
Yeah,
podcast ever.
setting
Is that a
records.
good thing?
Yeah, it's
today.
cool. Whatever.
It's fine. Whatever.
I think it'd be fun.
Yes.
I don't know if it'd be fun. It might actually be terrible. But what if we just did like a 3-hour podcast?
That'd be cool.
It would suck. It would
Yeah.
probably get bad by like the last hour would just be kind of rough.
But
maybe
yeah,
I don't
it
know.
would.
probably.
People do. All of Rogan's are like
Yeah, because he's
3.5 hours.
he's a god.
Yeah.
He's a podcast king.
Well, also,
If we had celebrities, we could do that.
That's
we could do
true.
for 5
Yeah,
hours.
I think it helps when you're with people you don't know very well because you can just talk
Ask
about
him,
like
ask him questions. And,
like you
get
guys don't
answers.
have much that you don't know about each other.
No,
Yeah, it's-
we know everything.
yeah.
Probably.
Kirk. look
Although
at-
it is kind of, there is the meme about Joe Rogan about how he's always, he has his things that he falls back on, and also
Elk
he,
meat,
yeah, elk meat and like
DMT.
DMT,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah.
always
and how we all
what is
evolved
that?
from
Yeah.
one
What is
sound?
that sound?
I don't know, but it's off-putting.
We should edit it into the podcast for the whole time. Just in
It's
the
like one of
background.
those things, like those kids had in junior high where they would like.
Oh, make their
they would-
phone do a
yeah,
high-pitched noise. Austin Roberts looking at you.
Can
George
we
is
room
really
tone
just
this out?
throwing out names here.
Yeah, I'm checking
it's
out
gone.
names.
It's like mostly gone, but can we room tone that out?
I can't hear it anymore.
I mean, it's for like 10 seconds of the last. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
It'll be
sure it'll
okay.
be fine.
We'll fix it.
You guys can manage. You're faithful. You're faithful viewers.
That house, don't like the color.
Jeez.
Which house?
Okay.
Not
Zoe's.
good pod tech.
It's sort of this
Not good podcast.
Disgusting.
I was thinking about this
disgusting
earlier. Actually,
teal color.
what if you made a podcast that just all had to do with like
Things we can
visual
see.
things? Yeah.
That'd be funny.
And you would never say the names of things. You would just kind of point.
Like
At
look over there.
That was-
Just follow my
that
finger.
thing. That's
Oh my
so
goodness.
weird.
That was in the first podcast with the
Oh, yeah.
face in the garage.
I was thinking about doing
yeah.
that or like
That was when I was not a seasoned podcast veteran.
And Ashton just said, "Oh, that thing's weird." And
I was thinking, what if you like watched like a football game, but you like kept going back so listeners never knew exactly where you were in the game, and you never said like specific names of like who made the plays and stuff.
He's so good at football.
oh, sweet. That
Oh,
was
look
awesome.
at how he did that. And you can incorporate some pointing if you look right there.
Now look,
Look right there.
right in one of those corners. You can see my finger.
Right where I'm pointing. Just look right where I'm pointing.
Sometimes I think it'd be funny just to do something so terrible,
Like the worst podcast.
like
That's what
that.
I was thinking about earlier.
Yeah,
Do one like strictly about like smelling things.
yeah.
But you don't describe them. You just like rank things
That's
based
like
on
modern
smells.
art. That's modern art.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Like just go all. I feel like that's something like Eric Andre would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And,
definitely.
and it would be
Yeah.
like a 5-hour one.
Yeah.
Do you guys know Tim and Eric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see Tim Heidecker did a whole, like a multiple day court case that spanned like 12 hours? Like they went in and he was like,
He did one?
like
What does that mean?
like he staged like a whole court case. And it was like super legit. Like they brought in like lawyers and did like this whole thing
For like a skit.
for like a skit.
Yeah, that's baller.
Yeah,
That's what we
that's
should
so
do.
funny.
Wait, was it?
And they would just like insert, there's like maybe like 30 minutes of highlights from like a 12-hour thing of just really funny things that they like inserted, but they just like played it off.
That's super funny.
It's so funny.
a prank?
it just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be
But
good.
it's really
I think
funny.
the concept of that is but like any viewer, like that
Yeah.
got, the
Well, I
concept
watched
of,
the highlights.
yeah, no, the concept is
But then it's
freaking
just
cool.
like a
Yeah.
normal skit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is something Eric Andre would do.
We should have like a segment where like Clara comes and makes funny faces and we react to them.
That'd be hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Guys,
Don't make that face.
guys, you should be here right now. This is really funny.
What if
Gotta
you
come over.
What if you did one where you had like a bunch of people, but only some of you were mic'd up? So it's like a lot of silence, and then people adding on to things that you can't hear.
And no one knows if they're mic'd up or
Yeah.
not. They all have mics in front of them, but only some.
Yeah,
of them
only some are working.
And they keep switching which ones are on and
That's
off.
like roulette. That's roulette.
Oh my god.
People start
What
like
did you say
different.
was roulette?
the
It's just-
voting on the jackbox on the.
Oh yeah, well that's just too niche. I don't know. Well, I think we've
Yeah,
already
it's-
gotten too niche, so
yeah.
whatever.
Whatever.
Good. I think it was a good podcast.
No, I liked this one.
I
thought
was
it was
I was
good.
nervous to do the podcast.
Yeah.
I was worried I was gonna like try to be too, like, not even funny, but just like, you know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
interesting.
You were
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
James.
You
I
were
was
good.
so good.
You were one of our best.
Yes.
I sometimes get nervous, like, cause well, like with you, I know you're gonna be good, so
Yeah.
it's fine. But like,
Well, thank you.
at some point, there's gonna be some guest where it's like, oh god.
I watched the beginning of the one with your dad, and that's what put it in my brain. Is
Yeah.
he said, "What if this is the worst podcast?"
Oh, right.
And then I was
Yeah.
like, "What if mine is the worst podcast?"
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
After we've
And
had
even if
Clara,
it was, they're all good.
there won't be a worse.
Did you do that on purpose to set like a baseline?
No, we just thought, yeah, it'd be fun to have Clara on a minute. It's like, oh god.
No, it wouldn't.
I know. It kind
You
of
gonna cut
is.
that?
No.
No.
No,
she
can
knows it.
handle
She
it.
knows.
We've also said this to her.
It's very vocalized at this point.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I think that's gonna do it for real.
Wrap it up. What is the time count right now?
It's like an hour 40.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. We basically just did the 3-hour podcast minus
just
an
do
hour
it.
20.
Yeah.
But
What
I don't
time
want
is
to
it?
do it. But
I don't really wanna
We'd
do
have
it
to
either.
mentally prep for that.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point the chair has gotten very uncomfortable.
we do.
Yeah.
I do debates over Zoom with people, with just like kids from my school, and those go 3 hours at least.
Really?
Yeah. And that time flies by.
Wait.
Time flies when you got a good
Ashton,
topic
who?
going.
Yeah.
Who
What?
cares?
Oh.
Ah!
Oh, you've just been destroyed by both facts and logic.
You stepped
Okay.
in it, bud. You stepped in it.
What do I have to say
That's
about
what.
this other than
Except for that you've
George
been
is boyish?
pwned?
We know this. Okay.
That's a common trend. That
Now,
could be the title.
know
just,
this to be
Ashton just
true.
grabbed my hand and placed his finger in my palm and said, "You got pwned." He hit
Shouldn't
the pwn button.
shouldn't you make
Yeah.
a title that has something more to do with the end, so that people, because if you're
Are
drawing them
incentivized
in,
to listen.
and then you're like, oh, I want to hear about this.
Yeah, but
Funny.
the Neil
Maybe they're
deGrasse
just like,
Tyson
"Oh, I
one's
don't care."
so good.
That's a good one
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
You should clip this up weird, so that's at the end.
Wait, what did we what did we call the Gabber?
Gabberwocky.
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 That's good.
That's
If
legit.
you're a true Gabberwocky, comment Gabberwocky 9 times on our Instagram post while
the
holding
algo.
your breath.
For the
I bet
algo.
you can.
There's like different tiers of like, because we've already said like if you've made it this far.
Yeah.
So it'll be like if you made it this
This
far, you'll
far,
comment this.
you
But
comment
then
3
later,
times.
if you've made it this far,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually better for the algorithm if you do it while holding your breath.
and word by word. So you have to,
so
I mean,
you'll know
letter by
if
letter,
you
yeah.
just see I love the gift of Gab.
Yeah.
They're like a tier 2.
Yeah.
If they commented Gabberwocky 9 times, they're pushing tier 3, tier 4.
yeah.
I saw a thing on Instagram that was like a guy that was like, "Let's test your lung strength.
yeah.
Hold your
saw
breath.
that.
Do the comment. Watch the video again. If you now
Maybe
you have healthy lungs." It's like
maybe we'll leave that to my doctor.
Yeah. I smoke every day, but I was able to hold my breath while commenting.
It's like not even hard. It's like type the word cat.
yeah, while holding your breath.
And then
You
press
have
this button,
lung cancer,
and
but
you
you can
have
still
such
do
great
it.
lungs.
I'm not particularly interested in what some dude on Instagram thinks of my lungs. yeah.
He's an authority in the field.
He's been conducting these tests for years.
He's a modern day Neil deGrasse Tyson,
yeah.
who also is modern.
Who is
day,
also
but
exists in the modern day. All right. Well,
Boom. The gift of Gab.
The gift of Gab starts off with a bang.
Starts off with a banger.
A mega bang.
A mega bang.
Comment mega bang if you're
Oh,
tier 5.
Scientists
Guys.
are we
Tier
talk
5
about the
fans.
Big Bang, but scientists a million years from now will talk about the Mega Bang,
Which is this
Yeah.
podcast.
which is this podcast.
Which will be just never mind. Actually,
It will alter the course of history as we know it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And guys, DM us if you want us to create merch or pre-podcast powder. Either
Yeah.
of those two things.
DM
Podcast
yeah.
powder.
Wait,
Little
what
hint.
was it? Pre-podcast what?
Powder.
Powder.
It's cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be cool.
That'd be. Wait. Whoa.
Yeah.
Then you could crush a 5-hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
True.
please. That's why. Yeah. That's why it's so marketable.
Is that like performance enhancers?
Yeah.
Could you get caught for that?
It's kind of like DMT.
They test for that. They test
Yeah.
for that.
test for
They keep us honest.
The thing about cocaine is it does its own marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, evidently you guys are currently marketing for cocaine.
that would be a funny
Yeah,
skit.
we do
like
its
if,
own
Comment
if
cocaine.
drug dealers
if you're
had to.
Comment
cocaine
if you're a
tier
tier 8
6.
fan.
tier 8?
Yeah.
Don't give it that.
Cocaine.
Tier 8's gonna be pushing 3 hours. All right.
All right. Yeah. If you listen to a 3-hour podcast, comment cocaine and
Yeah.
you're a tier 8 fan.
I hope someone
Guys,
just comments
if you
so
listen,
many things.
If you listen to the end of this one, and then if we ever do a 3-hour podcast in the future, listen to that whole thing, and then comment cocaine on that one, and that's
Whoa.
your
Yeah.
tier 10.
Yeah.
That's tier 10. That's like,
Uh,
don't they do that in Scientology? It's like tiers,
Oh yeah.
and you like
Probably.
pay for it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
level up.
George.
That's so boyish. George, you should be a Scientologist.
I want to be a max level. I'm a level master. I leveled up all the way.
I need more XP.
I need more XP. Mom, I need XP.
It's like OT.
Tom
there's a thing
Cruise,
in
I need
RuneScape. There's a thing in RuneScape called Double XP Weekend, and that comes like I don't know, like maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and OT will
Christmas
be like
came early.
OT will be like slaving
I'm gonna
away
get
on the
up.
computer because it's Double XP Weekend, and then we tell him to do things, and he says no XP waste.
That's max efficiency.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna
good.
do it. That's
Soon, Spotify.
coming to
Coming
Spotify
to
soon.
and Apple
They can't
Podcasts?
comment on Spotify. You'll need something to distinguish tiers on Spotify.
That's true.
Just comment on the Instagram, maybe.
Yeah. We'll comment on the Instagram.
Yeah. All right.
Or
Peace.
send us money. Send us money. That'll be good.
Just yeah.
Tier 100. No, we are
Send us
Scientology.
goods or services.
Send us goods in our services to reach tier 3000.
Just show up at George's house. That's what I want you to do. If you're listening, just show up here.
All right, that's gonna be the show. Thanks for listening, watching, and cue the outro music, which we actually might have by the time this goes out.
What's the outro music?
I
Ashton made
can
it.
play it for you. I'm collaborating with members of the band to make some.
Are you still working with Andrew? Sorry.
Andy?
I haven't, but we probably will work
Okay.
Who's Andrew?
after COVID.
Andrew Johnson.
I made the songs with him.
Yeah.
And James,
I
don't
went
be
to-
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, huh.
Yeah.
James,
Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. This was the best part of the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to elementary school with Andrew. That's how I know him.
Nice.
But I am gonna cut us off right now because we're at an hour and 52 minutes.